Hello, Baby Gang says this is Calvin, also known as Omar, and this is Natlan, and this is Genshin, and this is a space and time for you. This is the new Archon quest for Genshin Impact, and today we're going to be playing this in Chinese. Oh, it's Yinsan. Fantastic.
哎，这么巧，我们的英雄杜买尼还有派蒙，居然会在这里遇到你们。
Oh my god, and then calling us like Tiamati as well, like our name.
哎，这不是燕山教练吗？你怎么一个人在这里？先说好，我可不是刻意来找你的。你的那些减肥和增肌的训练课程，我暂时还没有兴趣。
I suppose. Paimon makes a note right away.
知道，我也不是什么魔鬼教练，一向还是很尊重学员自己的意志的。
Yeah, and we know this. They're very supportive of Vanessa as well, you know.
不过适度的有氧训练应该还是百利而无一害的，比如代替我在这一带巡逻一下。
Rather than trading, that sounds more like helping you out.
开个玩笑，你说的没错，我是想找个帮手。
Oh, any help whatsoever.
最近我们沃路之邦正在筹备一场健美比赛，临时抱佛脚加练的人太多了，以至于附近巡逻都缺了人手。
所以你在替他们巡逻？你自己不需要准备吗？
我就算了吧，一方面是我一向认为，只有长期的自律才能呈现最优秀的身体状态，临时抱佛脚没什么意义。
I actually like, I do think that like Iesan comes from like the exercise and the, fitness stuff from a very healthy approach, I think.
另一方面则是，如你们所见，我的身材比较大众的重量级比赛我无法参加，而我所在的重量级又没有对手。
Okay, so because I guess you're a little bit smaller?
啊，是这个道理啊。
Right, okay. Great music.
看着我干嘛？我才不要和你比。
Wait,
我们才
what?
不是一个
Could you imagine Paimon versus Yinsan?
旅行者，我们去帮他巡逻吧。我怕叶安山一会儿把我带去比赛了。
I love Paimon's Chinese voice actor a lot, by the way. I love that, like, trying to avoid a bodybuilding competition, understandably so.
真好，一个眼神就搞定了委托的事。
All right, we'll do it for you, Paimon.
那就谢谢两位了，麻烦确保这一带没有什么异常情况就好，只是最基础的巡逻工作。
Okay.
我到另外一边再转转，晚些时候我们回沃路之邦集合吧。
没问题，你快去吧，叶安山教练。我们很擅长四处闲晃。
Oh my god. Strolling and patrolling. Very fun stuff. Yeah, like it makes sense that we're just helping out here. So I love the way that like Paimon like to avoid doing a bodybuilding competition. She's like, no, we'll patrol. But we probably would have done it anyway for Ian-san, who's been always very good to us as well. Coming back to Natlan feels so good as well. I know we were here for Varesa's quest as well. And we got to see the Natlan characters come to Fontaine also. But one of the things that like I really feel a lot of when I think about Natlan, I actually was looking through like my other videos recently. Just like the playlists of videos and just like seeing like, I always check the plays because sometimes like I mess up stuff and add stuff to it and take stuff away, so it's always good to check out the playlist. But when I checked out the playlist, I remember seeing the Natlan videos and like, it's so weird that I just did the Natlan stuff like back in like what, February? And a wave of nostalgia and these like happy feelings came over me that I was like, oh my god, I love this place. I love Natlan so much. It's one of my favorite locations ever. It really is. Do we have to climb up here or is it... No, we probably could have walked up here, couldn't we? From here. And gone out here. I still haven't gotten these points here and been here. That's crazy. We should do an exploration video again someday. Should I walk here? Do you think? From here? Right? Instead of just like climbing up the wall? Like... Who's that? Oh, no, I'm not fighting you guys right now. Sorry, I'm not looking to kill some Saurians today. Oh my god, what the hell? Blast! I know that doesn't work. We need to become a Saurian to do that. So up through here, I'm guessing we can go up? Whoa. No. Okay. That happens sometimes with Genshin, and you guys know that, where you'll activate like a quest randomly in this game. It happens like too much to me, honestly. Like, and here's the thing. Like, I think that like you know, I think a good way of like, and it's like one of like, again, I don't like to nitpick stuff because it's not a big deal. It's really not a big deal. But I think like one of the best like quality of life things that they could add to Genshin for these type of quests, where you get like stopped by a world quest, which is like put up a text on the screen. You're about to enter an area with a world quest. Do you want to continue into this area? And if not, then they just like, you know, turn you around a bit and tell you to go the other way. That's what I would do. But again, I'm not a dev and I don't know how hard that could be. So I'm not going to say that they should just do something like that.
之前好像没
Whoa.
注意过，这里原来有个山洞。
You get what I'm saying?
哎，有个球球人在这里呢，是在休息
Oh
吗
my god.
看起来好像没什么攻击性。
Whenever like it's a Dane quest and a hilly turtle is acting weird, you know things are going to be strange as heck.
为什么躲在这里呢？
It's interesting, yeah. Like it's like a current day hilly turtle hiding away.
哎，你把它吵醒了。
Hilly turtles can be adorable. Wait, no, this is your home.
跑掉了。我们在娜塔的名号
Oh
已经对
god.
球球人都这么有威慑力了吗？
I guess you could see it that way, Pi, but there's something on the ground.
你说那个亮晶晶的，刚刚他逃跑的时候从身上掉出来的吧？我猜是他自以为捡到了什么宝贝，准备在这里藏起来吧。没想到这么快就被我们给发现了。我看看。
Oh
虽然
no.
感觉以球球人的智慧，应该不是什么好东西。
This looks very like Khaenri'ah style.
怎么了？
Right.
怎么你的表情这么严肃？
This looks very Khaenri'ah.
这不就是一把普通的钥匙吗？不过样式确实有点稀奇，不像是娜塔的风格。
Oh, the Pi shakes her. It doesn't look
会是哪
Natalie's.
个国家造的呢？
What? What? What game am I playing? This is the key to the hibernation chamber on the spaceship? What are you talking about? What?
飞船休眠舱？
What?
什么飞船
What?
什么休眠舱？
The spaceship?
等等，飞船休眠舱？难道说是你来到提瓦特乘坐的那个飞船？
Wait, did I like miss a? I might have forgotten that they mentioned like the idea of a. Maybe it's just been so long that they mentioned a spaceship brought us here. That's the one.
怎么会突然出现在这里？你确定不是你刚才自己掉的？
Man, it must have been like, I bet like it's like the first episode, right? I bet it's like the first episode they mentioned this or something, or the first mission, and I just completely like forgot about that idea. And we still have ours, I guess. Wait, could this mean
看上去一模一样。
Lumine?
那么这把不是你的，难道说它应该属于？
Oh my god, so Lumine was here? There were only two of these, the other one belongs to my sister.
果然如此。哎，这个时候我才真切地感受到你是个外星人。
Oh, yeah.
不，降临者呢。
No, I think the first one works. I think call us alien ain't too bad.
那么这个情况让我推断一下，逻辑应该是，球球人之所以能在附近捡到这把钥匙并且藏起来，是因为你妹妹在这附近弄丢了它。
I guess so, but that Hillicher like was acting so weird as well. Like, and Lumina's like very capable. I don't know if like she would have like I don't know. It seems so weird.
也就说明你的妹妹最近曾在这一带活动。
Yeah, and by extension, the Abyss Order were probably here as well.
是啊，没想到原本只是随口答应帮伊安山巡逻，结果有了这么重大的发现，甚至还得到了你妹妹的线索。我们现在是继续在附近找线索呢，还是先到沃路之
I
邦
don't know.
找伊安山呢？
I don't know.
你们在这儿啊？
Oh,
辛苦了，
they found
看
us.
来你们巡逻很用心。
Yeah, it's a cool cave though. It's actually a cool cave.
啊，伊安山，你怎么过来了？不是应该在沃路之邦集合吗？
Honestly though, that this must, how would this must hit Aether's heart so quickly, the idea of like finding something to do with his sister has to be like such a huge moment for Aether, right? Because obviously we don't remember the time that we had with Lumine last time. But one of the most interesting things about it is like every time like we get like even a small interaction with our sister, it is huge for us, right? So I can only imagine like what finding something that like, you know, you can see in his eyes, like he like eyes shot open as well, like. So there is like this feeling behind it of like, oh my god, this is another thing, you know, left behind by my sister, another connection to my sister. It would shock you to your heart, right?
我们正考虑要不要去找你，刚刚有了重大发现。
我是来通知你们，不用继续巡逻了，因为健美比赛刚刚取消了，一会儿会有巡逻队过来接手。
Okay.
等等，发生什么了？这么突然？
深渊教团打过来了。
Oh my god, and we just said the Abyss Order is nearby. Didn't expect your suspicions to be confirmed so quick, so the Abyss Order is attacking. Sounds like Lumine is on the move again. What a way to put it. I'll find a way to speak to her in person this time, I have to.
我之前对深渊教团的名号有所耳闻，但从未见过他们如此大规模、大范围的行动。
Yeah, and like for them to like I don't know, it's rare that the Abyss Order goes out in the open like this, right? This in the open?
简直像是准备与纳塔整个国家开战一样。
No.
单单一个教团要与被称为战争之国的国家开战，难以置信。
Like, and we just fought back the Abyss, which obviously is different from the Abyss Order. But like, oh my god.
印象里，深渊教团大多情况下都是在暗中活动，这种情况我们也是第一次见。
You're so right, Paimon. That's what I was thinking
他
too.
们到底想要做什么？
Yeah. Like it's they usually like do stuff like so hidden, you know, like in such a hidden way.
现在单单从沃鲁之邦的视角，战况还不够明确。目前沃鲁之邦的防御应该不成问题。我决定到圣火竞技场去找马维卡了解一下情况，毕竟那里才是中枢。
Really good idea.
要不要跟我一起？有纳塔的英雄坐镇，总归更让人放心一些。
Well, I am keen to find out more about the situation, and I can provide excuse me, some information on the Abyss Order.
那正好，我们一起过去吧。
Yeah. This is wild, man. A space and time for you. Like this we talk about a lot how like, you know, the quests, oh my god, the hibernation key. Look at this, the hibernation key to the hibernation chamber. Like we talk about a lot in Genshin about like, and in like, you know, most games we play, how like, you know, we empathize a lot with the characters we play as, and like we can, you know, try to put ourselves in their shoes. And we have to like understand that like, yeah, this is a story and this is a quest, but like I always treat these characters like real characters. I love getting immersed in these stories. And like to me, is it over here? Did the quest on activate? Okay. And for me, one of the biggest things about this to me is like, it's like when I always think of this, I'm like thinking like, poor Aether, right? Like finding something to do with his sister again. The emotions that would be going through your head and the feelings you would feel in your heart and the anxiety, and then finding out the Abyss Order attacked, it changes everything, like, you know, about the MO of the Abyss Order. Like, this is, to me, this would, like, give me, like, so many sick feelings in my stomach if I was Aether. It gives me sick feelings in my stomach right now as a player, you know? It's, pretty nuts.
马维卡，
哦，你们来了，我正准备派人去找你，宜安山。啊，既然旅行者也在，那就更好
No,
了。
it is good. It is good. And I understand what they're saying as well. That would put people's mind at ease if we were here as well. I don't sugarcoat like how, you know, impressive Aether has been. I'm not saying it's me. Like in terms of like story stuff, Aether is like, of course, so well known around the world now because he has done so many amazing things.
目前战况怎么样？信使们有汇报些什么吗？
纳塔各地同时有深渊教团的家伙出现，很明显是有组织和计划的。
So it's so strange, right?
敌人数量也不容小觑。如果不是这次的事，我们根本不知道深渊教团的势力在暗中已经发展到了这般规模。
也就是说，清朝出动来进攻我们，可他们的目的究竟是？
But the idea of if someone's attacking that, like, right, that means that they have like a purpose in mind, or like it can be like a few things. It can be a diversion, it could be like a purpose in mind, it could be like to draw something out. That could be the way you can do things too. It can be to like put pressure on something as well. That is another thing you can use acts of like violence or warfare as well. Sometimes it can be like a desperation thing, like, oh, we have to do it now. If we don't do it now, things can be in deep trouble. So I wonder what the reason is, like, amongst everything, you know? And it could be something entirely different as well. We don't know what they're thinking right now.
这也是我所疑惑的。深渊教团过去在纳塔的活动并不多，也从来没有什么过节。
That's the thing. That's the thing. The Abyss and the Abyss Order are different.
总不能是为了
Love the music
给
here.
刚被纳塔打败的深渊报仇吧？
I don't think they would they. I don't know, because I feel like you know, they would have stepped in way earlier, right?
虽然这理由听起来很莫名其妙，但如果是他们的话，倒也不奇怪。
Yeah, we don't know. We have no idea.
还不能下定论，对方的真实目的还需要多多留意。
The music in Nalan to me is always like a movie epic. You know what I mean? It belongs in like a epic trilogy that stays with you for the rest of your life, you know?
那你们现在打得过他们吗？伤亡情况怎么样？
Yeah, of course. Yeah, there's like real people involved in this, you know?
虽说他们是倾巢出动，但深渊教团现在面对的可是刚刚与真正的深渊正面对抗，并且取胜的纳塔
Jesus,
勇士。
man. At least they were victorious, but still.
没错，而且有一整个国家那么多。
深渊教团的战力与正派的深渊还是有不小差距的，没有那种无休无止的气势。
Yeah, okay. I was reading this over again because I was like, oh, they can't. Because I was thinking like replenish as in like reinforcements, but no, they like legitimately like magically replenishing as the Abyss does. They can't do that.
但毕竟也算是战争，我们必须重视，
Yeah.
尽可能将伤亡降到最低。
110%.
现在各部族已经积极组织防御了。旅行者，这次的事件算是纳塔自己的事，你可以选择和我一起留在圣火竞技场。
So sweet, right? She's like, you've already done so much, right? No, we're not leaving you guys. This one is personal for me. Oh my god! And the shake of the head and the hand on the heart.
你指的是
It's our sister. It's our sister. The music here is so good. The current leader of the Abyss Order is my sister. Yeah, I nearly cried saying it. I felt that in my
是的
throat.
就是这么一回事。
Yeah. Holy hell, man. I can feel the energy of this.
没想到，居然还有这层关系在。既然如此，你知道他的目的是什么吗？
We were told her goal, but we don't remember, right? Is that correct? Because I believe that what the overall goal, again, it could be there's other parts to the goal, but if I remember correctly, it's the idea of, like, I think there's the idea of like bringing back the homeland, or there's the idea of fighting back against the heavenly principles. And, you know, like kind of in a rebellion against the heavenly principles before they wake up again, as well as another part of it too. Like we know that they do have a specific goal as it pertains to their fight against the heavenly principles, but I don't know if we remember that. Yeah.
至少现在他们两个的关系并不好。
Oh my god, it's so like, it almost like hurts to say or hear, right?
旅行者一直想要找到他，弄清楚到底发生了什么，可对方却似乎一直在回避。
Yeah.
原来如此，兄妹矛盾嘛，挺常见的。
Especially like in this sense where like one is on the side of the Abyss Order as well. Yeah, like I think that like the idea of what happened with Lumine in that was like the idea of like they wanted like what was it like? It was like the idea of like using the Loom of Fate. They wanted to finish that before like the heavenly principles like came back, right? Or woke up as well, I guess, also at the same time. I think it's a lot to do with use the Abyss to fight against the gods too, right? There's a lot of stuff that goes into the lore with that as well. But I do know like at least Clothar wanted to use the power of the Abyss to fight back against the heavenly principles. But I think then he appointed our sister as the leader of the Abyss Order. Lumine wanted, I believe, just finish the Loom of Fate before the heavenly principles awoken, is what I remember as well. Yeah. It's interesting as well because like one of the last things I'm sorry for getting so sidetracked here, but I'm just thinking about all this stuff now. One of the last things I think that happened in that the bedtime story quest was Khaenri'ah saying, I think it was like a message that he kind of like wanted us to like get along, I guess, as well. And now still we're in this kind of state where we don't know where we sit. Of course we don't with our sister, you know? Yeah.
是没错啦，但你真的搞明白情况了吗，喂？
Yeah, it is. No, that's 100% true.
不愧是你们，兄妹两个人闹别扭这种事都能左右世界的命运。
Yes. Like, I love that everyone's like being so like truthful about this. You know what I mean? No one's like beating around the bush with this. Yes, when these two are involved in any story and they decide the fate of the world, yes, it is very serious.
按照我的理解，你现在的立场还是站在我们这边的。
Love she asked this question as well.
并且也是一头雾水，没错吧？
I might even hate the Abyss Order more than you do. I'll say absolutely.
那我就放心了。一开始听你说的时候，我还担心要陷入两难的局面了。
As much as I love Lumine, right? We still have to fight to defend Natlan, of course. Like, Jesus Christ.
根据已知的情报，深渊教团似乎将主力攻势
Oh
放在
no.
了烟迷主部族。如果不想跟我留在这里坐镇中央，我建议你优先去支援烟迷主。
Sure, I will. Yeah, sounds great.
那我也跟你一起去吧。沃路之邦现在承受的压力很小，战力应该分配给更需要的地方。
Perfect. Absolutely perfect.
拜托你们了。需要支援的话，请随时联系我。
So interesting. This is, by the way, crazy. Moika and Yamiko in the same spot.
放心，就算始作俑者是你的血亲
Oh my god,
我也不可能
Moika.
把责任推在我们的英雄身上。
Even hearing stuff like that, it means so much.
不过，假如真的抓到了你的妹妹，我会好好的给她
Whoa.
来上一拳作为教训。
I don't know about that. But then again, here's the thing. If Lumine is obviously fighting against and is in this situation fighting against Natlan, it's not really like, yes, I love my sister internally. I don't think it's my place to like tell Moika how to defend Natlan. So like I guess it's one of those situations where it's like I wouldn't do that, you know what I mean? Yeah, like so interesting that like what we have here is like a full reveal to like some other characters about like, you know, our sister Lumine. I think in this sense it made perfect sense why we would have to reveal this to Moika because, and it's totally fair that we did, and I feel like we're being very nice and fair about this because I think it would have been very, I think Moika would have understood, but I think it would have been very disrespectful when we've already been through so much with these characters. We've been through a war with Moika and the other members of Natlan and the other Natlanese people. I think it would have been like, you know, very... I think the trust wouldn't have been there as much if they found out we were siblings halfway through, like, the story, instead of if we set it up front. It puts our priorities to the forefront. It lets us know, like, where the conflict of interest could be, and it lets Moika know, like, okay, I can trust you even more. Which she already could trust us. And she already did trust, you know, and I feel like even that question she asked, like, you know, do I have to worry about, like, you know, like the conflict here? I think what would have happened was she probably would have been like, stand aside. You know what I mean? Don't get involved then. If you get involved, we will have to, you know, and it wouldn't make sense if we got involved, you know, like from her perspective on the side of our sister, which again, I want to say as well, I have a problem with the gods too. I have a problem with the heavenly principles also. I like said it last time during the quest that like, if needs be, Lumine needs me to live for something, like, and it's very reasonable, I would definitely help out too. It was the same thing, like, when we were kind of like, oh, Capitano kind of, like, is speaking some truth here, you know what I mean? Wait, we haven't gone this either? This is crazy. And this? Oh, this is down below. That makes sense. Okay. Yeah. But yeah, I love that scene. I thought they did a really good job of, like, you know, making it very realistic in a lot of ways too. We're not going to be doing this in parts, as you can see, by the way, guys. We're going to be doing all in one go this time around. Whoa. What was that sound? Did you hear that? Oh, I was worried it glitched out or something. Oh my god. I'm interested to hear Citlali's voice in Chinese, because I love Citlali's voice actor in English. I think she's fantastic. And also, Citlali is one of my favorite characters.
你们怎么过来了？是来支援的吗？
It's very like I don't know, like even more like kind of like what's the word I'm looking for? Like a bit of more serious tone, but I guess like this is just the start.
情况怎么样了？马维卡让我们来的。
你居然没缩在家里，在这里晃的，看来耶迷主确实遇到麻烦了吧？
麻烦也谈不上吧，只是让人有点不爽。
There is like a comforting tone to like the under parts of her, like the kind of like lower tone of her voice, right?
我听说各个部族里面，耶迷主是被集中攻击的那个，真是不知道为什么。
No.
有种被当成软柿子了。
There's no way they think this Citlali. There's no way.
越想越气，在家完全看不进去书了。
So, what like again? If they know Citlali, there's no way they think. I love this expression, Citlali. There's no way they would think. But again, they might not know Citlali. But then again, I love the idea. She's like she got so angry that people were underestimating her that she's like, I'm going to literally destroy these guys. Love the facial expression.
原来是这种理由惹到了黑曜石奶奶。
And rightly so.
深渊教团吗？哼，名字听起来就没什么品味。
Oh my god.
像是三流小说里面专门为了让读者一眼就看出是反派阵营的廉价。
Whoa. Wait. Let's read. It's exactly the kind of two-dimensional name a clueless writer picks because they don't trust the rest of the writing to persuade the reader of who the real villains are. I guess what she's saying here is that like Abyss Order sounds like instantly like it's like, they're the bad guys, What's so interesting about Genshin is that like they very much like put a lot of trust in their audience to look at like the gray areas of all this game. So I think it's like kind of a joke about how like it's like almost the opposite in this game of how things work.
他这样说你妹妹的组织。
Paimon said it kind of like, the way you're trying to instigate a fight? He said something about your sister, bro, I'm just glad I'm not the only one who thinks that. If I were her, I'd have changed the name a long time ago. Again, it is like a very like Abyss Order. It's like instantly like, oh, they're like bad. And they're, it's hard not to look at them as bad because Abyss and Order, both of them sound like they are like very bad.
你的意思是，他的妹妹是深渊教团的？
No, I love the voice actor as well.
虽然是因为刚刚在气头上，
No.
但我是不是评价的确实有点过分？
Citlali having like this retrospective thinking about this too, not to upset us again, sweetheart. She's an absolute sweetheart. Here's the thing, right? Don't worry about this whatsoever. They are literally attacking you,
喂，几位等等再聊吧。是遭遇战。
太好了，可以撒气的机会
I
送上
love
门
the
来了，
voice actor.
又顺带打破了刚刚的尴尬气氛，不用考虑怎么把话圆回来了呢。
She wants to fight because it's awkward.
后面半句不说的话会更好，希特拉里。总之，大家快上！
Look at this! Oh my god. I love Paimon saying this. Legitimately, I like it so funny. But look at this image here, guys. This is the best. And we're fighting along with Citlali. Do we get like trial characters or? Whoa. So I do have a Citlali that I definitely want to like use more of. But I'm in the process of leveling up a lot of characters right now as well. I just like literally leveled up Yamiko last week.
令令正气，
往返自然。
Actually, like, not a bad team though, right? I actually like this team quite a bit. Oh my god, Rift Hounds! That is, tough.
令令正气，令令
This is one of my favorite things in the world, by the way. Look at this. This move is just so fun to me.
让你见识见识恶药伤人。
Oh no, she's great. Great voice actor for Citlali here. Okay.
神清气爽。
Having a fight just to avoid the awkwardness of a conversation,
不愧是黑曜石奶奶，早知道有你在，支援烟迷主的必要性就该重新审视一下了
Yeah,。she's just a tough lady. She's so tough.
还是深渊教团更应该重新审视下进攻目标才对。
Yeah, honestly.
我看刚才他们过来的方向，根据作战经验，应该有深渊教团的据点才对
I。mean, not a bad assertion.
不如乘胜追击，一举拔掉他们进攻所依托的据点吧。
I like the direct approach here.
刚刚这里是发生了战斗吗？需不需要帮忙？
耶迷主的战士们也来了。
刚经历过大战，大家的作战协同性就是高。
Oh yeah, everyone's jumping in to work together again. Yeah.
气势都到这里了，一鼓作气，攻上去吧！
Look at this. I'm sorry. They are giving me so many amazing animations. Look at the Paimon with the hands on the hips as well. So cute. Okay.
全都看见了。
Is that everyone? Okay.
履行盟约吧，星魔们。流行，骤进。
Love this. Love this. Drag everyone in.
御风而行。
向前推进，击溃他们！
Is there more characters around? Oh no, we're literally moving up to the stronghold. That's so sick. We're actually pushing through. That is such a good idea. Dark like candlesticks created by the believers of the abyss and chaos will constantly absorb nearby characters' elemental energy and convert it to void wards. Destroy these wards as quickly as possible to retrieve converted elemental energy. I think actually that would be a good
那个
idea
装置是怎么回事？体内的能量
for
好像正在被他抽离，
Kazuha.
想办法把它解决掉。
往返自然。
Look at that. Let's go, Kazuha.
该出发了。
可交给你们俩了。
It feels so good. I think like you know when they don't do the animation, it is kind of disappointing. You know the animation for when it gets glitched out a little bit, it can be disappointing. But then also like at the same time,
我们的抵抗变弱了。
I kind of think it looks so powerful from like the glitch perspective as well. It's just like someone standing there, just like doing nothing for a second, and like the burst happening. I kind of like. Of course, I prefer this always for the 5-star animations, but I still love the the glitch burst because sometimes it does look like they're just doing nothing and they do this powerful energy to an insane degree. This is the best. I'm having such a good time already. You keep moving away from my electricity. Are you not grateful for my electricity? Oh.
雷光七，
我们追上去！
We're going after more of them? No, this is such a good idea. Such a good idea. Like, and it's just like it's what they do in Genshin sometimes. Just like make the quest like extremely active and feel very like real in that sense, right? Because of course, it makes tactical sense to like now that we have them on the ropes to keep going. What's the best? I think we go here. And then go for another spinning like this.
朔风起义。
What's happening? Oh my god!
有必要让你好好知道
The music! Oh my god!
抵抗深渊的人，
Oh, the Abyssal voice.
都会付出代价。
Terrifying. The music's so freaking good.
可交给你们俩了。
Oh my god, it's not even funny, it's so good.
小牵手，
And actually, we could do it like a superconductor with Citlali as well.
骤进，
往返自然。
Oh my god.
夜明。
Barbara! Did you just do like a little we have to check that out at some point again.
律令，骤进，
I love seeing the voice acting, it's very fun.
朔风起义。
I still think that, Yaya would be the best for this, right? To get down this,
雷霆刹气，
全都看见了。
Where'd you go? Oh. Hey, this guy's cheating.
小牵手，
Nihita got it. Our DPS user, Nihita.
拔除掉据点了，
Freaking
各位辛苦
awesome.
了。
Great stuff. But like, they do this stuff a lot, and like I feel like, it's always good to praise them for like some really sick like stuff that you hear as well. Like they did it with the with a lot of quests. Like we did it with the Mondstadt quest, like the idea of like, defending an area and like, going to different areas and fighting off stuff, like charging an area. Like it's very dynamic. It feels very dynamic.
不过如此嘛。深渊教团的家伙们，
It's weird that they are like it's like, I don't think they're sending the strongest at least in these places. I love Paimon's confidence though.
不算令人满意的结果。本来还想听他们向我道歉，然后承认燕明主的实力的。
Honestly, I'll make them do that next time I see them.
算了，只能回去用庆功酒来补足这份情绪上的落差啦。
尽管除掉了这个据点，附近的深渊教团应该会老实一阵子。但是， 总觉得不能掉以轻心。发现了吗？一般来说，据点的攻略越到后期，遭遇的反抗应该越顽强才对。
Right.
可刚刚总觉得，除了一小部分殊死挣扎的家伙之外，他们好像感知到了什么一样，选择了撤
That's the
离。
thing. Like it seems like they weren't doing their best, right?
这有什么？难道不是战略性放弃了据点吗？
But like a tactical retreat to where?
不太像。要知道，他们可是会选择贸然挑战一个国家的深渊教团，战略上一直很激进。刚刚不像是他们会做出的决
So
策。
it seems like there's a plan involved here.
那就是说，你觉得他们是有什么猫腻了？
反正目前我们掌握不到任何信息，保持怀疑，做好防御吧。
Yeah, that's fair. I think it's totally fair, right? So we're no wiser to Abyss Order's objective, back to square one. If I could get Lumine to talk to me, I could get answers for all of this. I'm heading back to the Collective of Plenty. That's our key. That key is our only lead so far. I love, like, you know, like... I feel like whenever Lumine does come up, our character, it becomes so, like... proactive with his thoughts and all this stuff. And I feel like it makes sense. Like, it's his sister, right? So he's, like, constantly like, we have to do this right now. We have to, you know what I mean? He's, like, almost instantly just, like... And while he's always, like a great fighter and he always jumps into action, but I mean, like, you know... I feel like he has a lot more introspective thoughts, but they don't last as long sometimes. It's like, just like, I have to go right now. This is the lead we have, you know? Yeah.
你果然还是在意钥匙的事呢。
I mean, it makes sense.
也对，如果顺着这条线索可以直接找到你的血亲的话，战争说不定就能提前结束了。
I'm for it.
你们也能再次相见。
这就要走了吗？就在我犹豫要不要发出阶段性清空酒的邀请的时候，
Debating? You're not gonna invite me?
你们去吧，这里有我和希特拉利在，敬请放心就是了。
Thank you. No, so good seeing Citlali. I love the fact that Citlali decided that Citlali's like, I'm not going to how do I say it? Citlali's like, I'm not gonna oh, did they warp us here? Interesting. Citlali's basically, oh, we can just go up this way. I noticed this now. Sorry, it's my bad, guys. Citlali basically said, I was so glad for a fight because things were getting a little bit awkward. That's so funny to me. That is legitimately so funny. Main character Barbara right now. Main character Barbara. What is, like, Barbara's song, by the way, in... Because I love Hu Tao's song in Chinese as well.
什么时候能像姐姐一样
About
高
her
呢？
big sister. Let's see if we can get... Do the song, Barbara. No? I don't think she wants to do the song today. That's fine. You don't have to. There it is.
哒哒哒哒哒哒哒哒哒哒。
It's pretty much the same song, but, like, obviously a different voice actor. And then we always have to do this whenever you have the Chinese voice acting as well. If you go to Tao. Yeah.
大球球病了，二球球巧，三球球菜要，四球球嗷。
Every time. But yeah, I love Citlali being like, yeah, I'm gonna avoid how awkward this is. Oh, is there a way to go up here from here? There must be, right? I'm gonna avoid how awkward this is, thanks to a fight, you know. But it makes sense what Ina-san is saying as well. The idea that, like, you know, if you're gonna coordinate an attack on a nation of war that has been at war for years and knows how to fight, that just recently showed that what it can do against the Abyss, a tactical retreat is kind of a bit, like, strange, right? Unless you have something planned. Because you would, you know, because chances are you would have a plan of some kind there, right? You would have a plan of some kind there. But who knows? We still don't know anything about this.
兜兜转转又回到了这里，那个球球人应该就是在这附近发现的钥匙
Yep,
吧？
so I don't know where we should start looking.
好好调查一下有没有其他线索吧。伊安山他们还等着我们呢。
Oh, we're doing a transition here as well?
唉，到处都没有什么痕迹，那个球球人究竟是怎么捡到钥匙的呀？难道说真的只是你妹妹路过这里，然后钥匙不小心从口
Yeah,
袋
I
里掉
wonder.
出来了？
I don't want to make any assertions as to how it fell out of her pocket or how she dropped it or whatever, you know what I mean? Because it could be intentional or unintentional, you never know.
这么重要的东西随随便便弄丢，总觉得有点滑稽。也不好说，丢东西这种事谁也说不准。
Who's this?
太好了，这里有人，请帮帮
Wait,
我。
new designed new NPC? You need help?
你遇到什么事了吗？
Are you okay? Wait. Do you know us?
不对，不是
Wait,
在
wait,
一
no,
个
no,
的
wait.
时候
Wait, what happened here?
请救救我！那些魔物一直在追我，我实在跑不动了。你们能想想办法
Oh
吗？
yeah. But where are these monsters you speak of?
对呀，你说的魔物在哪里？我怎么没看到有什么东西
Yeah.
追你
Like we no problem trying to help you out, but she was looking at us like she knew us, right? Or like at least like noticed something about us.
不好意思，我不太懂你们的意思。
I think we don't understand. Honestly, I love your dress, by the way.
魔物就在眼前了，现在应该不是开玩笑的时
We're
候
not
吧？
we're not joking around. What is happening?
我们真的不是在开玩笑，我们什么也没看到。
Legit, we legit see nothing.
怎么会？算了，快和我一起跑吧，他们来了。
But I really don't see anything. Where do you intend to run to? So she sees monsters, but we don't?
让人摸不着头脑的女孩子，她到底看到什么了？
What?
喂，她好像真的被什么东西伤
Wait,
到
they're
了。
invisible?
我们快过去看看。
What is happening?
怎么回事？你受伤了吗？到底有什么东西啊？
是魔物，就在那里啊！你们快走吧，太危险
No,
了。
let me help you up first. Wait. Wait. I just got chills. She can see rift hounds, but we couldn't? What the hell?
你终于看到了吗？我的天哪，我差一点就要死了。
What is happening? I'm sorry, I'll take care of them now. What the hell?
拜托你了，救世主。
No problem.
救世主？
Wait, so Savior? I thought she was just saying Savior as in thank you for helping me. Is Savior important here? Because Paimon wouldn't bring it up unless... Right? Paimon wouldn't bring it up unless it was important.
打起精神来哟！
Rift Hounds can be very dangerous here as well.
六印，
Oh my god, the hero shot of Wander
已
as
经
well.
解决了吗？到底怎么回事啊？我怎么还是什么也看不到？
Yeah. This is very, like, worrying.
感觉你好像在和空气打架。
Oh, really?
怪滑稽的。
I don't know what's going on, but I could see them once I held her hand. What?
啊，拉手？
Who are you? Legitimately, who are... Let's try one more time. I want to check that I got all the monsters. I love how, like, direct Ether is being here. Does she sense something too? She dropped her hand. What? Yeah, what's wrong?
没什么，不用确认了，附近没有别的魔
Is she
物。
blushing?
刚才很紧张的时候不觉得，现在刚放松下来，跟你这
哦
样郑重其事的牵
Oh.
拉手，有点不好意思罢了。
That's okay. Oh, the rub in the back of the head. Oh my god. I didn't make you feel uncomfortable. Yeah, no, that's totally fair. That's totally fair. You know, in the moment, like, you know, it doesn't seem like a lot, but then, like, afterwards, it can seem like a lot.
啊，拉一下手而已嘛，你还怪容易害羞的。
Her design is really, really nice, by the way. The hair is really, really pretty as well, isn't it?
那个，一直都还没有自我介绍过，我叫蒂莱尔，谢谢你们刚才救了我，真的非常感谢。
Direidyth? Direidyth?
不客气，不客气，我叫派毛，然后这位是旅行者，只要看得见的魔
Oh
物，
my
他
god.
应该都能消灭。
This music is so pretty. Yeah, it's so true. Like, if Aether's around, everything's gonna be cool.
所以还是没搞清楚刚才那些魔物的事。
我也搞不明白，因为在我的视角里，那些魔物一直都在。一开始你们说看不见，我还以为你们是在拿我寻开心。
That must have been very upsetting, right? Like thinking someone's just not believing you? This music is stunning, by the way. It's giving me chills. This is a really interesting quest so far.
按照这种误解，我们放任女孩子被魔物
Oh my
追
god, this
然后在一
image.
旁取笑。
That's probably what it felt like, right? Very traumatizing in a way, right? That would have made us more monsters than the monsters. Yes, 100%. Like, Aether's dialogue is like so proactive now, right? There's so much Aether dialogue.
放心吧，我们不是那种家伙，说看不见，一定是真的看不见。
Yeah, 100%, 110%. You have to understand, like, Aether and Paimon, like, would literally, like, risk their lives and have in the past for, you know, someone, you know, they've done it so many times. Man, I don't know why in this moment I'm feeling it. Maybe it's just the music, maybe it's the setting of, like, a new character being introduced and seeing Aether and Paimon together. I don't know why I'm feeling, like, emotional, like, in a way that's like, man, I love Genshin so much. You know, I love this game so fucking much. I really do. Sorry for swearing, but it had to be
你刚
done.
刚是不是受伤了？要紧吗？
没有大碍，不过刚才那一下脚确实扭伤了，暂时应该赶不了路了。
There's a cave nearby. Why don't we rest there for now? That's a good idea.
好主意，我们带你过去。
This is incredible. Like, and such like a mystery around this. She saw our face and like noticed something about it. She can
真的谢谢你
see.
们。
Sorry.
虽然受了点伤，但现在感觉踏实多了。
This is so sweet. This is so sweet. She was able to see like the these creatures when we touched her hand as well. So she has some, I wonder if she's some connection to the abyss or something. Yeah. But this is such a sweet scene. It's so sweet.
在外面说不定还会遇到魔物，我准备等伤养好再走了。
Right.
一个人感觉很危险呀。你是从哪里来的呀，蒂莱尔？
Direidyth?
我从一个小村庄过来，走了很远很远，然后迷了路。已经不知道这里是哪儿了。
Oh wow! So she came from a small village, and because she's walked for so long now, she has no idea even like where she is.
寻找救世主的路途，
Look at that image.
注定要历经艰险吗？
The savior again. The savior.
救世主，我好像听到你之前也这么叫过旅行者。
Yeah.
什么救世主呀？
不好意思，那个时候我脱口而出了，因为实在是太像了。
What do you mean the resemblance? You talk about her sister?
让我从头解释一下吧。曾经，我家所在的村庄有一位圣人路过，人们都觉得他无所不知。
An omniscient sage?
而那位圣人曾预言说，灭顶之灾就要来临了。但与此同时，会有一位救世主出现。
Oh.
从年份上看，圣人所说的灾难已经快来了，
Oh
所以
my
我受奶奶
god.
托付，离开村庄去寻找救世主。
That's a heavy task. That's a heavy task.
灭顶之灾？
Like for a doomsday situation? Jesus, what is happening?
我从小就很憧憬人们口中的那位救世主，也对大家所描述的救世主的模样印象深刻。
So we just matched the description completely of what the savior was, and the doomsday aspect is just like we need to hear more. Doomsday?
当我第一眼看到你的金发的时候，你的样子似乎和我脑海中想象的那位救世主的模样完全对上了。
Yeah, so she just like she heard about the description so much that we just matched it almost instantly. That's like a magical moment, though.
哦，怪不得你看到他的时候好像愣了一下。
Yeah.
这就不奇怪了，旅行者确实有能力，也有资格成为救世主，而且他的名号已经很多了，也不差这一个。
Honestly, kind of true at this stage, but at the same time, like, I'm kind of worried about, like, the idea of this, like, what this doomsday is. Like, is it doomsday for the entire world? Is it doomsday for your village? Quite worrying, right? Quite worrying.
不是他。
Oh. Wait, does that mean it could be Lumine?
啊？你不是说特征都对得上吗？性别对不上。
Oh my god! Oh my
救世
god!
主应该是一位少女。
It's Lumine! Lumine is the savior in this description then.
真没办法，当救世主还要求性别。啊，对啊，不是你，那就是他了。谁？你们说的是谁？
My sister. Holy freaking hell.
原来你还有一位妹妹，谢天谢地，那一定是她了。
But we don't know where she is.
拜托了，请带我去见她。
Oh my god, if we knew where she was right now, we'd be there. We really would be.
哎，该说是巧还是不巧呢？我们也一直在找她。
Yeah, 100%.
明明是你的妹妹啊！
Yeah, but it's not, it's extremely complicated.
哎，虽然我不想到处说你们兄妹关系不好这种坏话，但事实确实如
It's
此。
okay.
我也没办法。
Oh, look at the look on Aether's face. But yeah, no, Paimon, no, everyone knows Paimon wouldn't even try to hurt Aether or bring up this stuff if she didn't have a reason to bring it up, you know?
好吧。不过，既然你们也在找她，那我们就是合作关系了，至少看到了希望。
Have you always believed that Doomsday would come? I'm so good for working together. 100%. You seem lovely.
是的，灾难终究会降临，大家都这么说。
Oh my god. I wonder if it's similar to what happened in Khaenri'ah 500 years ago. Right? I wonder if another similar thing is gonna happen now.
而救世主是会把大家从一
Oh
切
my
苦难中
god.
拯救出来的
Oh my
人，
god.
也是我一直向往的那个人。
Look at even just seeing Lumine here.
你是不是也觉得有点奇怪啊？灭顶之灾什么的。
It is crazy, but we've had so many I saw the representation of the abyss in a giant ball in the sky trying to destroy Natlan. You know what I mean? We saw what happened 500 years ago with with Khaenri'ah. There was a doomsday prophecy for Fontaine. You know what I mean? I'm willing to believe it. She spoke with such conviction. I don't think she's lying. Yeah, I don't think she's lying at very least about believing in the prophecy, right? Maybe it's another lie spread by the Abyss Order. Again, so much introspection, right? So much introspection. Oh my god, the animations! She seems like a sweetheart. She really does, though.
你看，他把视线移开了，一定是心虚的表现。让我来质问他。
I'm even though I don't think she has a guilty conscience right now. I'm sorry, guys. No matter what it is, even if it's wrong, I will always support hater energy Paimon. I will. I'm sorry, forever and ever.
怎么啦，蒂莱尔？感觉你好像很不自然。
No.
是刚刚想到什么了吗？
Wait. Paimon is playing freaking good cop here? Because that's like they do in the cop shows, right? You know? Come on, something's bothering you. You gotta tell us, you know?
我
You okay? She's blushing like crazy.
怎么说呢？
The music stopped, by the way. What's up?
旅行者长得很像我一直憧憬的救世主的样子。
Okay. This is so magical. Look at Paimon's face.
而他刚刚又站在我面前，解决了我的危机，
Wow.
成为了我的救命恩人。
Wow, and looking directly at him as well as she's saying this. Yeah, I guess that is if this is who you saw as a savior, this exact description, right? Apart from obviously the gender, comes in and swoops and saves you. This is something you've heard since you were a kid. It's probably one of the most magical days of your life, right?
所以现在，大 大概对视3秒。
Oh my god!
这是我身心的极限。
She is like flustered. She is flustered.
什么极限？
What happens after 3 seconds? How am I supposed to respond to it? It's obviously gonna be a bit awkward for us at the same time as well. What I would say in this situation is, well, look, I don't really know about the savior stuff, and I understand it's like a big prophecy to you guys as well, and things like this, and you know, it's a massive task. All I'm glad is that I was able to save you today, and I was able to be here to save you. That's all that matters to me. That's what I would say. That's what I would say. You know. You don't even have to like talk about, I guess, the whole idea of like her blushing or her like, you know, saying she can't even like, you know, she can't even keep eye contact with you. Just say like, I'm glad I was able to be here to save you, you know?
不好意思。
That's what I would say.
没什么，没什么。我们就先聊到这里吧。
It's okay. It's okay. This is quite, for some reason this scene is like very, it's like almost like straight out of like a beautiful fantasy movie in a way, you know?
这段时间我决定就躲在这里了，等伤养好了再离开。
Do you know, are you sure you don't want us to stay or like?
如果你们找到了救世主，请务必来这里告诉我一声，非常感谢你们。
Yeah, because it sounds like she's saying she wants to, like, yeah, because she's like letting us go off by herself now. But like honestly, like I was like, I'm willing to like stay and help her out if needs be, you know?
你一个人真的没关系吗？会不会饿肚子呀？我没关系，别看我这样，我其实很擅长躲躲藏藏的。肚子饿了，我也会在附近找吃的，不用担心我了。
Fair enough. Look, I trust. I'm not gonna doubt you. I trust that you can, you know, do stuff by yourself here as well.
好吧，那你自己一个人要当心哦。
No, it's not. It's not. And that's why we travel together. What a sweet like interaction. What a beautiful interaction in a way too, right?
冲冲的少女，感觉应该多多留意她一
Yeah,
下。
she is definitely mysterious, but like the reason I find it beautiful is like the idea of like the way she described it is like such a magical moment for you. The idea of like someone, the description of a savior in your dreams this whole time, and then you're saved by that same person. And Aether alone, I think Aether, like, you know, in terms of a protagonist, doesn't get talked about a lot and enough in like countdowns of the best protagonists of all time. He's really like fantastic, and he's like the true definition of like the hero that you want, and you know, just a fantastic person in general. You know, getting saved by Aether, you know, probably would, you know, it doesn't feel bad. You know what I mean? He is a true hero.
不过至少他对你明显是有好意的，等他伤好了，也能帮忙找你的妹妹。
Yeah, she was blushing. She was blushing a lot.
暂时没什么别的线索的话，我们还是先回烟迷主吧，说不定前线还需要我们帮忙呢。
Sure. Is she sure she's gonna be okay again? We have to trust what she said, right? We have to trust what she said. She's standing here as well in the thing in here as well. She's so little.
我真的没事，只是需要稍微冷却一下自己。
Yeah. How many Nihitas tall is her? Oh my god, she's like the same. How many Barbaras tall are you? You know you're tiny when Barbara's even taller than you as well, right? Very sweet from that gal, right? A very sweet gal. And a very sweet moment as well, I find too. That run off the cliff there was actually very interesting too. Yeah, so she like described like the idea of like a doomsday coming. And now we've heard of doomsdays before and prophecies before of doomsdays. We saw, so, you know, as you said, what happened in Khaenri'ah, what was going to happen here in you know, Nala in terms of the war. We saw that hellscape that was, you know, that came apart from here as well, or came above here as well. It's not only that, but it's like the Fontaine prophecy as well. There is like histories of like pretty horrific moments taking place that are pretty massive, I suppose. Oh, it's this painted stone challenge. So like I don't doubt the idea of like that the prophecy could be true, like at all. I don't doubt that for a second. The savior thing is also interesting because again, like it's this tribe has had the description so many, like description has been kind of embedded into people's brains so much that she can just see our face, and it matches the description without a picture, without a drawing. it's just in her dreams forever. Is that idea of like our face there as well? Yeah, it's a really interesting turn of events.
你们回来了，怎么样？有什么收获吗？
唉，实质性的收获算是没有，倒是有些奇奇怪怪的经历。
It was fairly weird.
那就是说，还是没能抓到结束战争的契机了。
No progress, I'm afraid.
没关系，没关系。你们不在的这段时间，战争也基本处于停滞状态。深渊教团没再进攻过，由于暂时不清楚对方意图，
That's so
我们也没选择
interesting.
贸然出击。
Like to not make a move at all in this situation after everything that happened, you know? Like so much happened.
暂时就这么对峙着，除了哨兵们辛苦了一点，其他好像什么事都没发生过。
Yeah, that's weird. That's very weird.
这样啊，真是搞不清楚深渊教团的家伙们。
Yeah, and if I knew what the Abyss Order was thinking, you know what I mean? I don't think we'd even be in. I think we'd have a lot of progress, right? But we don't.
那么，旅行者，不知道你能不能代替我去慰问一下那些哨兵们？
Sure.
一直轮班盯梢还是很辛苦的。如果是你这位风头正劲的大英雄来慰问的话，效果肯定比我要好。
That's sweet. Yeah.
教练太谦虚了，嘿嘿嘿。
That's I love. Paimon is so sweet, and no one can tell me otherwise. Well, since you asked, this is technically my sibling's fault, so I think it's really interesting now as well. I feel like there's a lot of him, like maybe like feeling pressure to like. I mean, he was gonna help Natlan anyway, but now he feels like extra motivated because he's like, "Damn, that's my sister." You know what I mean? When really no one's gonna put that blame on him whatsoever. You know?
真爽快，麻烦你们了。
I do love the idea of like Aether being a motivating factor for a lot of these characters, right? Like the idea of like him, you know, because it's true. It's the same thing as a king. I feel like fighting on the battlefield with other people. If you have the hero of Natlan and the hero of Tevat, knowing that he's here to fight alongside you, it would give you a lot of motivation. And that used to happen a lot of times when it came to like medieval battles and stuff. I guess I know it's the difference with a king and things like this. The king fighting alongside you is a motivating factor. It makes you feel like you can do anything, right? Because it's like, and it's not because it's like, oh, like kings are great things or whatever. I'm not saying that, but it's like if you know that like someone of such a high importance is willing to fight alongside you, you know that they have faith in this battle and they have faith that they can win, and it does feel that way in some cases too, right? And if I don't know if you've ever seen Lord of the Rings, there's a moment when a few characters leave during the excuse me, Jesus, during a battle, and when they leave, a lot of people lose hope. But obviously they have to leave for different reasons. I'm gonna cough, guys. 1 second. Sorry about that, guys. It's actually like I don't even feel sick, so maybe it's something else. Who knows?
哦，我们的英雄都买你。之前有幸跟您并肩作战过。
Of course I
不知道
do.
您还有没有印象？
I remember fighting, but like I could say we could be honest and say I don't recall, but maybe we can make them feel a bit like happier about themselves a bit, a little bit of a white lie.
那我可太荣幸了，没错过这次的作战，
Right? You know,
可真幸运
motivate them. Sometimes a little bit of like you know, to be a leader, sometimes you need to have like a bit of you know, bit of charisma. You know, I'm not saying leaders should not lie to the people. Please do not lie to your people. But I mean more in the sense of like, hey, like this type of thing here is just like, yeah, give them a little bit more motivation. You know?
在这里站岗辛苦你了。
没事没事，其实很清闲的，对面一直没什么动作，
Have you seen anything out of the ordinary?
和作战有关的异常目前没有。但我之前确实留意到，深渊教团的很多家伙不选择进攻，反而在附近游荡，然后时不时做出些类似冥想的动作，可能是深渊教团的什么习俗吧。
So we saw moments of meditation.
出于谨慎考虑，我还叫来了部族里的萨满，让他们看看有没有什么玄机。
Right. Okay.
但大家都没看出来什么，可能只是单纯和信仰有关，我们也没再管了。
Okay.
这样啊
Love the music here as well.
也挺好的，他们做自己的事，总比要跟我们打架强。
Yeah, that is true, but it's still like suspicious. Yeah, could this be related to the true objective?
既然萨满们都觉得无害，应该问题不大吧？只要不威胁到我们，管他搞什么邪教仪式呢？反正依我看，再过段时间我们全军出击，他们也就没戏唱了。
I'm glad to hear it. Very glad to hear it.
这就是战力差距带来的余裕嘛，士气就是高呢。唉，我们继续走吧。
I love Paimon's voice so much. Talk to the forward sentries. I actually do like this part. It's actually really, it makes it feel like very immersive.
是英雄杜曼尼吗？您怎么来了？是来慰问的吗？
That's so sweet.
怎么办？好紧张。
It's cool. Don't worry about it.
上战场都不紧张，怎么见到旅行者紧张成这样啊？
Honestly, though, it is very sweet, and I do love that like they don't shy away from the fact that, of course, like the hero of our game has done so many amazing things that people do revere him in such an amazing way. You know what I mean? And we've seen this in like multiple nations now, multiple regions. Like they don't shy away from that, and it just makes perfect sense. You know, it would be so silly at this point for characters to still be kind of like, you know, acting as if Aether is nothing. He has done incredible feats that people couldn't even live to imagine, you know?
这根本不是一回事儿，上战场的机会总会有，一对一跟大英雄对话的
Look at
机
the
会
love hearts in our
可不
face.
多啊，
That's so sweet.
怎么会不紧张呢？万一我说错话，或者站的姿势
Oh my
不正
god,
确
no, it's okay.
或者我的表情管理不到位，给英雄留下不好的印象怎么办？
Dude, we know the weirdest people in the world and we love them dearly. Don't worry about it.
谁会在乎你的站姿和表情呀？
Yeah, 110%. I love we are a bit proud. Look at Ethan's face. He's like, yep.
好吧。
Yeah. Seriously, don't worry. Like legitimately so, like I think Paimon and Aether are the definition of if you are nice to them, they will be nice to you. You know what I mean? As always.
那个英雄大人，我有个小小的不情之请。
What is it?
需要签名吗？好说好说。
我可以跟您打一架吗？
Oh, they did the sound waves for the clap.
你是怎么用这么怂的语气说出这么不客气的话的呀？之前的紧张都是装的吧？
Paimon's a bit frustrated by that. Honestly, though, like I wonder, like it's a big theme in Natlan, right? Where they like to prove like themselves through fighting and stuff like this. So I wonder if it's something to do with that.
没有，怎么会呢？我只是觉得，如果现在不提这个要求的话，回去容易后悔一辈子。
Within Natlan Customs, I think it's actually like a really interesting thing that he's asking for here, right?
不过，我确实是在执行任务的过程中，
Oh,
能不
哦
能麻烦派蒙大人
great
替个
Paimon.
班？
又用很怂的语气提出了很不合理的要求。
I think it's a fair request, especially knowing Natlan culture. He's so happy. You know, knowing Natlan culture, I'm like, okay, that makes sense. Whoa. Let's go. Oh my god. Our smiley face. Look at that, showing the banner as well. Oh Jesus. Oh Jesus Christ.
虽然从没想过要取胜，但没想到差距这么大呀！
Oh my god. Did you see like just like the smile on our face and then we just rushed in? We were not, and again, I think it's a good thing that we don't like, how do I say that? We don't like, you know, play around, right? I think it's more disrespectful to kind of just be like, oh, let him do a few things first, you know what I mean?
和英雄杜曼尼交过手，
That's very
是
sweet.
值得吹一辈子的经历了。今天真走运。
That is so sweet, thank you.
怎么打完架，你的语气完全变了呀？
男人就是要用战斗来沟通。现在我已经觉得和英雄大人很熟了，当然不紧张了。
That's great. That's a really good way of looking at it.
哎，我倒是有点不想和你沟通了。
Honestly, yeah, I'm more of a conversational person, but like I do love the idea of like we fought, everything's cool now, you know? It kind of reminds me of like the way there's this one guy who like used to play like hockey a lot. And I remember I was watching him on a live stream and he was talking about how like, you know, people would have disagreements in hockey all the time on the same team. They would like have a fight and then afterwards they'd be better friends. You know, it's like, okay, that it kind of makes in that sense it makes sense. Now personally, like I just don't agree with the idea of like, you know, fighting unless it's a bad person, but you know what I mean.
报告，没有异常，暂时没有发现蛇源教团的战略动向。
果然如此，这边也是一样呢。我们再转一圈就回去吧。
Yeah. This is a super interesting way they're doing the quest. It's very immersive. But then again, like it's like Genshin is an immersive game.
怎么样？ 哨兵们有报告些什么吗？
But I love the way that they take the time, and they've done this in other regions too, where they take the time to like have you like understand the work that people do and the feelings that people have, you know, as how people are feeling at the time during a certain situation. Like I love the way they're doing this, and this is just, you know, very immersive to me.
应该说没什么重要的情报，有人提及一些深渊教团的家伙会在附近做些冥想什么的，
Right.
但好像是无害的。另外就是，好想打那个叫坎塔鲁的哨兵的小报告。
Really? Oh, but look, Pimon's like being like a little bit like serious here. He wasn't a problem. I would never say ignore Paimon. Like, I think from Paimon's perspective, like she was just very heavily annoyed by this guy changing up his feelings. But yeah, as you said, Paimon, I adore her to pieces. You know what I mean? But like she will. The old thing I always say: if a broomstick fell down in the nighttime and woke her up, she is gonna you know have a rivalry with broomsticks for the rest of her life. You know, and we love her for it.
旅行者回来了。
Citlali.
怎么没人早点叫醒我？
看你的样子，4岁的你也没有那么好叫醒吧，希特拉里。
Look at the smile on her face. Oh my god, she's like a freaking like I'm sorry guys. What a perfect character design.
我宿醉的时候还是可以保持清醒的。好像这句话哪里不对。
It's okay. Like, you know, it's your own recreation time, right?
我想说的是，我刚听到你们在说什么深渊教团的冥想。
Right, yeah.
对呀，希特拉利难道察觉到什么了吗？
刚刚的梦中确实有些异样，尽管只是模糊不清的感觉。纳塔的地脉
What?
此时此刻似乎混入了某种杂音。
Some noise.
杂音？
Yeah, like what is even
虽说这种杂音似乎对地脉和夜神之国没有任何实质性的影响，
Yeah, that is very strange.
就好像互不干扰的两个维度的东西，也感觉不到任何威胁，但总觉得有些事情正在发
What
生。
if it could that mean like a change in the ley lines, or could that mean something to do with the Loom of Fate?
就连对地脉和夜神之国的事情最敏感的希特拉利，都只有这么含混不清
Yeah.
的感觉吗？
If Citlali can't tell what's going on, it is kind of very scary, isn't it?
难怪那个叫苏图拉的哨兵喊来的萨满们都察觉不到任何东西。
Very weird, right?
易安山，我建议我们一会儿去找首领，这样拖下去对我们没有好处。是时候考虑主动出
Wow.
击，驱逐那些深渊教团了。
Citlali being so proactive here with the stuff.
如果是黑曜石奶奶的提议，首领当然会同意。不过筹措兵力估计还需要一点时间。
And I love that too. It's like, yeah, she's so respected. She's so respected in Natlan. And we saw that throughout like the entire Archon quest and story quests and things like this. Like she's so well respected that like her advice would like probably get this in motion.
战争还是要做好万全准备才是。这种事情我就不管了，你们忙你们的吧。出发的
That's
时候
fair.
带上我就是了。
That's totally fair. It's like, hey, like I don't have to deal with the details. You just figure it out. Since you're here, Citlali, I might ask you one more question.
你说，
Have you ever heard of
是关于什么的？
monsters that are only visible to certain? Yes, what happened there before?
特定的人才能看到。这个问题就有些微妙了。
This music.
精神世界具象化的魔物，某种负面要素的概念体。
This music as well, man.
还是直接一些，死去的魔物的灵魂。不过，关于魔物灵魂的议题有点复杂，关乎于魔物要按照何种体系分类。
This is so interesting. So at first she said, like there could be manifestations of disturbed psyche, but we actually saw them ourselves as well, right? It could also be a simple case of dead monsters whose souls got stuck here somehow. Things get quickly confusing when you start looking into monster souls. For starters, trying to figure out which classification system to use. Yeah, and I read over text all the time, guys, because like, you know, I like to make sure I'm getting everything. And I'm very glad that a lot of you guys have been like, no, we actually prefer you to do this than to just leave it, you know?
好了，说结论吧。超级剥削的黑曜石奶奶。
I love hearing about all this stuff though.
喂，我只是把思考过程说出来了而已。
No.
为什么被你说的好像我在刻意
I know,
指示出
I
来
know.
一样？结论就是，在很多复杂情况下存在这种可能性， 但我这辈子还没见过，就是如此。
黑曜石奶奶
That's-
活到现
yeah.
在都没见过，那我们基本可以当做
I
不存
love
在
the faith that even we put in Citlali, right? Because again, that is one of those things where like, and it's a really good writing device as well, which is like, if one of the most powerful characters in the entire game, who like is so in touch with the ley lines and the spirits and all this stuff, doesn't know what it is, it's like, then what the hell could it even be? You know?
我有那么老吗？
Oh my god, no. Did Pipe I don't think she meant it like that. Oh, maybe she did. I thought of it as like kind of like she's so powerful, because that's the way I took it. The same way we were talking about earlier, how like, you know, if Citlali can't see it, you know what I mean? You know, where was it that what Pipe had said? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This, I thought it was like this here. No, Paimon's like, hey, you're old? I didn't take it as that. I agree, it's hard to say what it was for sure. And look at this adorable face, by the way.
能说说吗？你们之前遇到了什么事情？
Yeah.
怎么感觉这么神秘？
You tell the two about what happened. It was a very weird
看到
situation.
魔物的契机怎么可以是拉手啊？有点刻意了吧？
Look at her pointing as well. She has the best facial expressions as well, by the way. And she's upset that we were she sounds a little contrived. I don't know if she's upset that we're holding hands, but
啊，希特拉利的重点
okay, it does bother her, yeah.
可能就是身体的触碰吧。当时刚好表现
Look
为
at her
拉手。
face. Because again, we are close with Citlali, right? We are close with her, 100%.
我在意的反而是，很明显，他认为你的血亲，也就是深渊教团现在的领导者
Yeah.
是救世主，
That's a big deal.
这很难不让人怀疑他的立场，以及他过往的经历是否真的如他所说的那样单纯。
This 100%, but also sorry that I got like sidetracked for a second there. Look how beautiful this image looks. Like seriously, just like all the characters here, the colors, everything.
可能现在也算是战争时期。
No, it makes
我
sense.
会本能的比较多疑，不好意思。
You should question everything.
其实我倒觉得伊安莎怀疑的
Yeah.
不是没有道理。
100%. It's the same way Paimon would question the objectives of some of the members of the Fatui. It's like, yeah, not all Fatui people are bad, but like it's good to err on the side of caution.
反正我觉得他不是什么好人。
She has the best facial expressions in the game, I'm telling you. She says she sounds like bad
可
news.
是你这句听起来就毫无根据。
Look at her even now. She's actually very like upset. Again, we are close with Citlali. You think she's some kind of weapon? Do you think she's a spy?
谁知道呢？只有他才能看到的魔物，独自一人在荒郊野岭迷路，称敌人的首领为救世主。
But that's the thing, we don't know a lot, right? Because a lot of the stuff that we know, we forgot about, right? And we don't have like a lot of information in totality. Like I do know that like, from my perspective, and this is my perspective of what I've interpreted the Dane's quest so far, our sister is like almost like a figurehead. She's not even like, there's a chance she might not even fully like believe in all the stuff the Abyss Order believes in. We do know she has one goal. She told us her goal about the idea before the Heavenly Principles wake up, you know, like finishing the Lumen Fate and all this stuff. We know the Lumen Fate is already finished. And has a new objective now, right? But you know, like it's a muddy situation.
至少应该对他保持观察，多加提防。
Citlali was still doing the faces.
这么一说，把他一个人丢在那个山洞里，确实有点不妥当。
Yeah, probably not.
反正我们出击还需要时间筹措兵力。旅行者如果没事的话，不如再去看看他吧。凡事讲究个小心。
I'm happy to, although I doubt she means us any harm. I got the energy of someone who is very gentle, but like I could be wrong.
那就这么定了，再去看看那个让人不放心的少女蒂莱尔吧。
Sure. Like I'm not saying like I'm a good judge of character. Maybe in real life I can be a good judge of character. But I actually think that like sometimes like, you know, especially in games, I'm not always the best. I can think someone's sweet, but then again, that's like, you know, to me that's just good writing as well. If someone is able to like betray your trust in a way, you know, because that's what probably the writers want. If they are gonna betray you, right? Yeah, but I just got a gentleness from this character. Like, I really did. Like, and I feel like the scene that they were portraying there was a very gentle scene, too. Now, I'm sure there's definitely something very serious about this character. 110%. 110%, right? Like, they didn't just show up out of nowhere for no reason. There's going to be some big, massive story point about this character. But I still got a gentleness from them, you know what I mean? I still got that energy of just, like, they seem very sweet, you know? So let's set it up this way as well. I'm so in love with playing this game right now, guys. It's actually like, and you know I love Genshin anyway. But I'm having just like such a blast being back in this game as well. For like, for every time I get to come back to this game, I said it in the video I did recently. It feels like it feels so magical because I know like, okay, I'm not, obviously there's updates next month as well like this, right? 100%. Or maybe not even next month, maybe it's the month after. I'm not sure when the next update is, right? But it's one of those situations where it's like, I won't get to see, as I said, I won't get to see Dane for another year probably. When's the next time I'm going to get to see Citlali? Now, I know maybe there's going to be an event, like maybe she'll be part of the summer event. Maybe we'll see her like in 2 months or another event. But the thing is, I don't know. So I savor every moment, you know? We were very lucky recently to get to see Navia twice in the beautiful Escoffier quest and in the Fontaine event. We were very lucky to get to see Aimiko recently as well, for that thing that you get to talk to all the people on the map, but also for the Mikao Flower Festival. And I think that talking to people on the map quest is going to be really cool for me, because like I get to like see all those characters still, you know, whenever I want. Not whenever I want, but you know what I mean. Yeah, I wonder if she's still here. Yeah. It's hard to know. Let's stay quiet and moving carefully. I'm sorry if I interrupt the text sometimes. I know, like, sometimes I will, like, you know, I'll get really you know, I, of course, I'm gonna like react to whatever's on the screen. But like when it comes to like a different language, of course, like sometimes I'm going to like, not know when it ends as much as I would probably know in English. So yeah, let's stay quiet and moving carefully. Oh, they're not dead. Bye, bud. Oh wow, we are moving in like. Oh my god! No way! These are the... I'm sorry, but these are the freaking moments that you remember that Aether is cool. You know what I mean? Blocking a hilichurl weapon with his forearm. You know what I mean? Like, these are those moments that you realize, okay, our character is actually very cool. You know what I mean? And they let him do stuff like this every once in a while. You're like, oh yeah, he's really cool. He's really cool. Shoot. Maybe I wasn't. Well, how do you pronounce that? Direidyth? Really is a. I think she was probably just worried, right? Yeah, like I mean, she's alone here. You know what I mean? That makes sense. You've had a rough day. You've had a really rough day. If I thought it would hurt, I would have tried to dodge, and someone it still hurt less than I expected. I think I don't know. I get like, yeah, we're all paranoid. I think right now everyone is, but maybe like a trap wouldn't be like a hilichurl weapon, you know? Yeah, 100%. Terrifying. And you're backed into a corner as well. Like a cave can be like a very cool defensive point as well, but like it's also, you know, one way to exit it. Oh my god. They see what they mean, this music? Like, she just has like a very gentle soul to her, like a gentle energy to her. So like my thought process right now is like, she's very gentle, right? But again, that could be wrong. I know, you know what I mean? It could be wrong. Right. Can we make something? I wonder if she didn't want to bother us, but then it's no bother, but you know what I mean? Oh man. Isn't it interesting? We just talked to a bunch of people that also see us as their hero as well, you know what I mean? A lot of the themes of this are about us being a hero. Don't even worry about that whatsoever. Never. I don't think we would ever see you like that. I mean, I think what happens is sometimes, even if we are in like very dire situation, like we still think about like how we appear to other people, because like I think that's a part of our psychological working, right? Our wiring is that we you know, the reason why we all like keep like within like a lot of like social norms even sometimes is because we don't want to like be a bother or a burden to people, I guess. But I wonder if like
我这不都已经摊牌
Yeah.
了吗？
I'm just gonna be so much egg on my face if I'm wrong, but like she just gives off such a gentle energy. Could she really just be an injured civilian? There's something to her. There is 100% something to this, right? We have to realize this.
那个，现在可以帮我做点吃的吗？
Right. I think we could. You were unbelievable. Sure, I know just the recipe. It only takes an hour and a half.
正好我也饿了，走吧，就破例让你加入
That's
我
sweet.
和旅行者的用餐时间吧。
That was very sweet. And then Nightfall comes as well. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, she's just a very interesting character to me so far.
好饱，我感觉饿死的命运终于离我远去了。你又救了我一次。
No trouble at all. That's 2 favors you owe me now. Hope you're keeping count. I think we can be a little bit jokey, right?
想不到蒂莱尔这么能吃，怪不得可以一个人走这么远的路。
Honestly, yeah, I don't know. I love food too. I love food too.
明明已经很克制了。
No, not in any way. Don't worry about it.
啊，不知不觉
Gorgeous
天都已
scene.
经黑了。这里的星空还是很美的嘛。
Yeah. I mean, Genshin is just a beautiful game.
是啊，有你们在真让人安心。
That's awesome. That's really awesome. So we're giving her comfort, you know?
我之前一直躲在山洞里，现在感觉空气格外的新鲜，星空也比我之前见到的任何一次都美丽。
That's so sweet. She loves bearing her soul, right? This music is so pretty in this game. It's so
其
pretty.
实你好像也没躲多久吧？
The time probably passed by unbearably slowly.
我小的时候，经常躺在我家的屋顶上，看着星空，
That sounds so nice.
然后不知不觉就会想，这片星空真的是真实
Hold
的
on.
吗？
Wait, what? I know she's probably just saying this as like a thing, you know, like just just a casual thing, but yeah, why would she think that? Does she know about the false sky? Yeah, like this is getting so freaking deep. Like there's so many different things that like, and I think it's such an interesting way to introduce a character, having us constantly be like, wait, how does that work? And wait, how's it? Wait, she said this. Wait, you're only here for a few hours. All these questions, you know?
可是奶奶
How'd you
说
show up?
这个问题是没有意义的。就像很多我们村里的人，一辈子生老病死都在村庄里，那么这个村庄就是他们世界的全部。
Right.
如果我们此生都只能活在这片星空之下，那么这片星空对我们来说就是真实。
Oh. Interesting that her grandmother would say this too, because I know what she's saying. It's like, even if like the world is like fake, it's real to us, right? You know what I mean? Even if it's like not real, like say our world, let's say like tomorrow we find out like everything's Truman Show. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, but like, I know you'd be questioning like, obviously not Truman Show, but like say everyone's in a Truman Show. You'd still have those connections you have with people and stuff like this, you know?
好像能懂，又好像不太懂。
But obviously the sky is not real stuff is very interesting.
就像对于现在的我，跟着他旅行
Oh my god, it's
就是我
everything
的
to
世界的
me.
全部。
That seems kind of right. Yeah, no, it is right.
我很珍惜我的世界，在很长一段时间里，
Your world. Now, I know she's still talking about the village, just like all the phrasing that she uses here is always just like, what is she saying?
村庄里的一切，记忆中的风景，还有我自小就痴迷的关于救世主的故事，就是我的全部。但我不喜欢奶奶的说法，即便我的世界只有这么小，我也想要知道世界之外的事。
An adventurous spirit, right?
哦，很有气势。
Yeah.
所以踏上寻找救世主的道路是我的第一步。我要一步一步，用自己的双眼和
Oh
双
my
脚
god, that's so
让
beautiful.
自己的世界不断变大，直到星空之外。
What's beyond the stars? But that's a beautiful way of putting it, right? I'm gonna make my world bigger, you know?
到那时，我小时候的疑问就会有答案了吧？
Beyond the stars. It is interesting that like we started off with a key to a freaking spaceship, by the way. A key to a spaceship, and now we're talking about the false sky and beyond the stars, right?
说不定到时候 我也能和其他世界的人像这样坐着聊天呢。
From another world?
感觉解释起来有点麻烦，就先不说他其实已经实现了这个愿望的事了吧。
Yeah, one day. If only we could tell her, but it's probably best not to open that can of worms right now. What do you mean?
找到救世主，保护我的世界，也保护让我的世界变大的机会。在我有限的认知范围内，想不到比这件事更有意义的事了。所以我真的很努力在去做。
She's just a very pleasant person.
不知不觉，连我都变得有些想要支持你了呢。
Yeah, naturally.
不好意思，我这个人吃饱了就会有点唠叨，和我奶奶一样。
I'm like, I don't know. I feel like it's one of those very natural things to want to talk like during, you know, I guess I know some people don't, but like I think it's very like in some cultures especially, it's a very traditional thing that like that's when you have your conversations, that's when you have your catch-ups. The more we chat, the more I'm convinced that she's not a bad person. She has a very gentle soul, it seems, right? And it doesn't seem like she's been brainwashed by the Abyss Order. Maybe we can afford to trust her. I think, you know, like, you can trust anybody and keep them at arm's length. You know what I mean? You can do that, no problem.
稍等一下，嘘。
Oh, wow.
他们又哪里？又是看不见的敌人吗？
We gotta try that trick again, yeah. It's okay. I know it's a bit awkward for you. Can you see them now? More Rift Hounds. Why are the Rift Hounds coming towards her, though? That's the thing. You say about how, you know what I mean? Like, for twice in a row. Look, oh my god, look at this angle. As he's saying, stay back. What? Okay.
虽然我还是看不见，但千万别出事呀。
He's never done that before, right? They're really leaning into the fact that Aether is cool as F. Man, twice in a row, the Rift Hounds are the ones that show up, right? Like, that to me is like, hey,
全都看见了。
get back here. What are you doing?
是。咒禁。
You know what I mean? It's just like if Rift Hounds are following you, I'm terrified. Like, that's a scary situation. In my humble opinion. You know what I mean? Like, I'm worried if Rift Hounds are following you. Because, like, yeah, we fought Rift Hounds before, and we are, like, close to some really, like, magical stuff, like, 100%. But I think also at the same time, as you guys would, like, you know, agree with me. I know why we're doing this, but we're doing it. Like, Rift Hounds showing up in a quest like this usually means trouble. Usually means something bad might happen. You know what I mean? That's generally what it means. This music as well as we're doing this too. But yeah, they're really like showing off Aether as a like, and he always was a hero, and he does have hero moments sometimes, but I feel like there's like so many moments here where it's like he's been so cool.
我会保护大家。嘿。
Oh, there's more? Whoa! Okay.
手牵手。
Then this says to me that, or at least from my estimation, right, that the Abyss is like following this gal? Like, is that what it has to be, right? Like, how else would this work? Sorry it took me a bit to do it there, guys. Still learning these teams.
看你的样子，全都解决了吗？
I think so. The twice in a row the Abyss are after, and they went to this very specific location.
我都已经快要习惯看你和空气打架的样子。
Yeah, it probably looks weird.
还好吗，蒂莱尔？
How does she say the name? I know it's
还好吗，蒂莱尔？
Direidyth.
蒂莱尔是被吓到了吗？
Direidyth.
我没事，就是刚刚在发呆罢了。
It's okay. It's okay.
刚刚那么危急的情况，你居然有心情发呆？
Well, she had like one of the best heroes
也
ever
没有那么小嘛。
protecting her. Paimon is so... I actually kind of like that Paimon is very suspicious, right? Because I feel like that's like one of the best dynamics that we have is that, like, you know, we can do the very heroic stuff in terms of like you know, the fighting and protecting people and all this stuff. While Paimon, you know, definitely, you know, her being suspicious, trying to figure stuff out like in her head. She's smarter than people give her credit for. We like, you know, make a fantastic team.
我只是在好好的、用力的
Whoa.
把保护我的人的背影烙印在脑子里。我觉得这样才比较礼貌。
So she wants to like remember it forever, I guess?
随便你吧。
Paimon. Again, like, I don't hate that Paimon is like suspicious and a bit like standoffish. You know what I mean? I don't hate it at all.
已经看不到别的魔物了，时间也有点晚了。你们要不要考虑今晚就在这里休息？值得考虑的提案。你觉得呢，旅行者？
I'm personally satisfied that Direidyth isn't a threat, but it can't hurt to monitor for another night. 100%. Being suspicious of someone under these circumstances, there are abyss hounds following her.
那就这么决定了。
It's fine.
蒂莱尔，你怎么自顾自进去了呀？
As you stare at the hibernation chamber key in your hands, you start to relax and drift into deep sleep. So we're staring at the key. Oh no. Staring at the key, then going into a dream? Not good. Not good. Not good. What the hell? The Night Kingdom? Why are we here? Lumine! No freaking way! Could she... Is this an actual dream? Wait, a flower? A flower. Or can she actually see us? Lumine and the Lord of the Night? Oh my god, we're getting those static things again. My head, it hurts. My headache, it's gone, but now Lumine is gone. I think you hear a voice in the darkness.
那应该完全可以称之为灭顶之灾。
Doomsday, a fitting name indeed?
赤红色的天空，
Wait. Oh my god, is this Khaenri'ah? And they're calling this Doomsday as well, a blood red sky.
将一切屠戮殆尽的兽群。
Oh, this music as well. We're actually seeing like an image of Khaenri'ah in this way, right?
无尽的痛苦与不可逆转的诅咒。
And that's the curse, right? The two types of curses. The ones who have lived there for longer, I believe, or were native to Khaenri'ah, got the curse of immortality, right? The ones who like came there, I believe, were the ones who like became hilly churls.
以及救世主的
Birth
诞
of a
生。
savior? Our sister? Oh my god, they're talking about Doomsday there as well. It's not a coincidence, right? Talking about Doomsday to do with Khaenri'ah, and then Direidyth talking about Doomsday as well as the prophecy for her homeland. It's related in some way, right? It is related. And we can't even like review, but like the birth of a savior as well was a part of it too. During the cataclysm, the dream I just had. Oh.
你醒了？那个不好意思，我刚刚不是故意。
Oh my god, look at this face. He's thinking about all this that just happened. Was she holding my hand?
我只是发现你好像在做噩梦，很痛苦的样子。
We were having... Along those lines, yes.
所以，我试着握住了你的手，以为能够安慰到你一些。我做噩梦的时候，我的家人就是这么做的。
These scenes are so interesting because like she does have such a soft energy to her as well, right? Obviously there's just suspicions about all the stuff that's happening here, but these scenes are rather like beautiful, right? They're rather like I don't know what the word I'm looking for. Like it's like weirdly like halfway to like to melancholy, but you're not sad, you know?
但是，好像在你身上没什么
Made it
效果，
worse?
甚至可能起了反效果。
Like when you touched her hand, it made it worse?
真是太不好意思了。
Don't worry about it.
哦，是
Oh my god, suspicious Paimon again. And us doing the hero sit we always do as well. Look at this.
你该不会是想对旅行者图谋不轨吧？
Look at her face. On the Wonder, by the way. The Wonder. And Paimon's just protecting us. 110%. She doesn't want anything to happen to us. Look at her.
我可是很理智的。
这和理智有什么关系？
Yeah, what does that have to do with it? I still can't remember anything. What did I see in my dream just now? I think I saw Lumine in the Night Kingdom at the very start of the dream, but I can't remember what happened next. She was talking to the Lord of the Night, and then we got a vision of Khaenri'ah and Doomsday. If the memory is gone, I can't force myself to remember it. I'm going back to sleep. We can catch up in the morning. Very, like, mature here. You know what I mean? I would be up for hours.
这么一番折腾，我都睡不着了。
Should we take turns keeping watch then?
你先睡吧，后半夜我会看住这个小姑娘的。
Look at look at that too. The young lady with the peace sign, the upside down peace sign. I don't hate the Paimon's being suspicious. I don't hate it.
难道我真的表现得很可疑吗？
Don't feel bad about it's Paimon's job legitimately to think of everyone as a bit shady. Like it is. You know what I mean? It's Paimon's job. Wow. Natlan's like
这是3天份的饭啊
night to daytime is so pretty.
容易坏掉的先吃，能够放久一点的后吃，你应该分得清楚吧？
You can tell so. I do love again this stuff as well. Shows like what Paimon is like a great like adventurer, you know?
从食材上我还是可以辨别的，真的谢谢你们。
No problem.
我就不客气了。
No problem.
3天的时间肯定足够我把伤养好了，到时候我就继续出发去找救世主。好的，那我们就走啦，再见，蒂莱尔。
Yeah, I'll see you later.
再见。等等，这就分别了吗？可是我以后要怎么联系你？
Can I be honest with you? I think the chances are we will see each other again. I think the chances are we will see each other again.
我是指，万一我先找到了
Very
你的
good point.
亲人，我该怎么通知你？也是啊，我们的目的其实是一样的，不过我们2个没什么固定的住所。
I think a good method would be to like if you go into any like village in Natlan and talk to anyone who looks like not just like an NPC and just have them let me know, you know?
这样吧，你到时候写信给马维卡好了。
Perfect.
让马维卡派人来找我
Perfect.
们就行。
This is why Paimon's great at adventuring and why she's basically like our manager sometimes. You know what I mean?
马威卡，马威卡是
Wait. You don't know who Mawika is? Okay. 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 No. No. There's something definitely, you know, very wrong here. I think I sent something over there? Abyss mages.
深渊教团的家伙们到这里来了，可是看他们的样子，与其说是在行军，不如说像是在逃亡。
哪里？你们在
But
说
she
什么
can't see them? Wait, she can't see them?
蒂莱尔难道看不见吗？深渊教团的那些家伙们正在过来。
What is happening? Wait a second.
没有啊，这次换我看不到魔物了吗？
The tried and tested method will allow you to see them. The holding hands? She can see.
是真的，我看得见了。
What the
现
hell?
在我相信你之前说的了，原来是这种感觉。
Do you think that she has some connection to Khaenri'ah? Because she can see rift hounds. But then again, she could see the abyss creatures as well that we can see in this now as well. But there obviously is some connection to the stuff with Khaenri'ah, right? Like if we're talking about Doomsday and stuff like this as well, like that, we know there's a connection there. Like they don't just Genshin isn't the type to just use the same word to describe 2 different things all the time, without it being, you know, connected. You know what I mean?
真搞不懂，到底是蒂莱尔的问题，还是魔物的问题，还是我们的问题？
It's so weird. It's so weird.
既然遇上了，还是把他们拦截下来比较好吧，以免威胁到部族。
I do. Oh my. You see what I mean? The amount of hero shots for either of this
他们
quest.
好像没什么士气呢，果然是逃亡到这里的嘛。
That's an interesting way to put it.
附近没有其他敌人了吧？真是神奇，碰了你的手才能看到
It's
他
the
们。
same with you showing me stuff. I'm as baffled as you are. The plot thickens. Turns out there are also monsters which I can see, but Direidyth can't.
话说回来，敌人的动向这么可疑，难道是前线那边又出什么情况了？有点不放心伊安山他们，我们还是赶紧回夜迷谷
Right.
去吧。
But that's a good
再见，
thing.
迪莱尔，我们先走啦。
Yeah.
好的，再见，请二位一定要保重哦。
You too. There is. You get what I'm saying, and you guys, I don't even have to like explain it that much. You guys get exactly what I'm saying. There's no like Genshin won't like it's the same thing if like Genshin like called like I don't know, like if they said like Nala is the nation of war, right? And then at the same time they said okay, and I know they're always like kind of a nation of peace in a way, but I guess it's more of a nation of freedom in Mondstadt. But like then at the same time they went like we're going to while we're in Nala they go we're gonna go to Asteria, the nation of peace. You know what I mean? It's like it is. They don't just do that and like connect words like. Or a better example would be if like they said like see the island over there? That's the island of the dark spirits. You know what I mean? And then Genshin like in the same quest would go. Would like connect it back to like something from the past and be like the dragon of the dark spirit. They're not just gonna have like coincidental names for things, right? Like, and I know I know multiple things can be called Doomsday, right? They can, right? You can call like a lot of things Doomsday depending on like a prophecy or different prophecies and things. Everyone has their own prophecies of like a Doomsday, but like they use the same specific word, the same word for both things. Let's head here again. I love this quest. It's incredible. So good so far. The writing is really, really good.
依安山，我们回来了。我们前面遇到了很多深渊教团的家伙，前线怎么样了？有出什么？
Sorry about that, Paimon.
阵线已经
What?
崩溃了。
We saw them running.
怎么
That's not good. Did you sort of send in reinforcements to deploy some kind of secret weapon?
不，别紧张，是对方的阵线崩溃了。
Oh. They're letting this go pretty easily, aren't
你
they?
干嘛吓人呀？对方的阵线崩溃了，不是好事吗？那你为什么一脸严肃？
The only way I would like be okay with the way she said this is that. Well, yeah, I guess she could have said their front line has collapsed, right? I guess so. Yeah. Did we finally launch an attack? Did we unleash the Pyro Archon's might on them?
不是，兵力还在筹措中，我们也还没有采取任何行动。
Oh.
所以我一开始也不知道究竟发生了什么，直到刚刚我才接到哨兵的消息，说目击到了对方阵线崩溃的全过程。
For what?
他看到了什么？
For what? Tell me, come on.
有一个人
Yep.
如饥
Oh
似渴
my
地冲入敌
God
阵，又如若无人之境一般到处穿梭。
It's Dane, right? It has to be Dane, right? Because we know he's gonna show up with this quest.
那人使用着闻所未闻的力量，舞着见所未见的剑术。等反应过来的时候，深渊教团就只剩下残
Oh
兵败
my
将了。
god. Alright, I think I know what happened. 100%.
以上是我复述了哨兵的原话，我觉得明显有夸大的成分，但这不重要，重要的是对方的身份。如果是中立势力的话，这样的强者，我们究竟应该用什么样的态度去接触？
They are a force.
这才是我在纠结的问题。
I love the way they're talking about the diplomatic part of this as well, because again, you don't want to like lay all your cards out. If you don't know whose side they're on, you don't want to like show them your capabilities right away. But I think we know who we're talking about here.
那个，我觉得依安山可以不用苦恼
Yep,
了。
it's
光
Dane.
听你的描述，
Sorry again,
我之前
Paimon.
就在想，深渊教团搞出这么大动静，那个男人怎么还没有出现？
He never misses an occasion like this.
大阴斯雷布。
I love hearing look. You see that they both look to the camera as well. I'm sorry.
大阴斯雷布。大阴斯雷布。
They both looked to the camera and said it. I like that sometimes. Why they were looking? I know they were looking at Ian-san, right? Wait for days of the show. I know they were looking at Ian-san, right? I know this, but also at the same time, like, I still think that it's kind of like a cheeky nod to the camera, where it's like, you know who it is, right? Too, you know, you know who it is. Which I'm. Oh, it's like really close by the way. Like, I am like always okay with them doing cheeky nods to the camera. But yeah, like when I heard like it was like it was like a single person and someone destroyed the front lines, I was like, who's gonna hunt down like creatures of the abyss like this in such a and like someone who's been still fighting for like 500 years? They're still fighting. Who could it be? Wait, is he? Can you see him? No, because you have to wait for Daneslave to show up. So we just know he's gonna show up. That's so cool that we just know he's gonna show up at some point. Look.
你们难道是在等我？
Wow. What a voice!
好久不见啦，戴叶，你搞出了这么大的动静，我们当然知道你来
Yeah,
啦。
there's no way it could be anyone else.
尤其是这位，我们在纳塔的朋友代表伊安山也特地要来当面感谢你。
非常荣幸，戴因斯雷
Oh
不
my
先
god,
生。
is it just me or like it's always weird like seeing Direidyth interact with like other characters ever? Like and the idea of like him interacting with like Ina-san like feels so like otherworldly.
谢谢你为我们的战士提前打破僵局，有你这样的强者站在同一方，实在是件幸运的
Heck
事。
yeah, heck yeah.
不需要感谢我，我追剿深渊教团只为了我自己。
So like direct. The voice actor is doing such a good job at like already doing like a very like direct and deep voice, right? Kind of like a very like what's the word you could use for it? Like very like I don't want to even say like smoky, but it's more like just kind of like, you know, on like almost like unbreakable. Like you guys probably better get better word for it. It's very warm right here now. I actually have to turn on the fan a bit. I can barely think.
你不要见怪哦，伊安山，戴因这家伙的态度总是这
Yeah.
样。
Yeah,
其实
he's
他
very
性格很好
direct.
的
He can seem very intimidating at first, but like he's actually like one of the best people like to help out in a tough situation. He really is.
当然没关系，无畏佐的伊安山尊重力量，我也看得出这位先生并无冒犯之意，我依旧很开心与他结识。
100%. Like again, he's just doing his own thing. Gorgeous Dainsleif.
你们这次的相遇毕竟也算是旧友重逢，应该需要些叙旧的空间吧？
Thank you, Yan-san.
那我就先不打扰了。
战争没有结束，你应该还有很多自己的事要忙吧？我们回头见，伊安山。
Thank you. Well, Dane's here. Dane is here now.
喂，戴因，你这家伙对我们的朋友态度好一点嘛？
Dane, that's my friend. That's my friend. You just rude to.
伊安山嘛，我记住他的名字了。不要在与七神的子民来往的过程中投入太多感情，这是我的原则。
Honestly, like, such an interesting perspective, right? He's like, I'm not even gonna be freaking like, you know, like, I'm not gonna get invested in like a relationship with someone who is like representing the Seven. Now, of course, like with us, it's probably different, like, because we can take the power of the Seven, but we're not directly like, you know, we're not worshiping, but like following the Seventh, I guess. Fine, since you helped break this stalemate, we'll let you off the hook. Fine, since Ina-san wasn't offended, we'll let you off the hook. Yeah, like, I think both are fair.
唉，真没办法。算了算了，戴叶，你有带来什么情报吗？比如深渊教团这次的目的之类的。
迄今为止，我从未见过深渊教团如此大规模的
See,
行
even
动。
Dane hasn't seen this. I love his voice.
此举从表面上看，可以说并不明智，战力的悬殊他们不可能意识不到，一定有某些隐藏的意图。
Yeah, 100. They talked about that in the Natlanese people talked about this before as well, right? Like they have to have
我们
something
也
else to
这么
think
觉得
about.
看来你也不了解真相呀。
And that's so interesting. Like, you know, I love that they don't break, you know, continuity in a way with that, where it's like, yeah, on the surface, like they are outmatched. Like, and not only that, but the forces in Natlan are united under the fact that like they just had like a terrifying war. You know what I mean? So like something that is less than that terrifying war is gonna seem a lot easier.
我花了些时间调查，也抓过深渊教团的
Wow
人进行审问。或许是他们这次的行动保密规格很高，迄今为止
Okay
我几乎一无所获。
They definitely are planning something.
我有种很不好的预感，深渊教团愿意付出这么大的代价强攻纳塔，其背后的目的一定有促使他们这么做的价值。
It makes you nervous, doesn't it? It makes you really, really nervous as well. Yeah, and that does make sense. It's like the idea of like if they're gonna take this many risks and lose a lot of their you know, people and lose a lot of the people that follow them, it has to be important.
那你觉得我们现在应该怎么办呀，戴叶？
情报不足的情况下，除了战斗，暂时也没有更好的应对策略。
I like that thought. You know, we can't do anything but like we might as well trim out the forces.
不管他们在盘算什么，既然深渊教团为此愿意牺牲
Oh
人手
my
和兵力，
god.
那我就要把这份牺牲最大化，大到超出他们的预期。
I always forget that when Dainsleif speaks how much like hurt and pain and his past and the trauma of Khaenri'ah really influences the way that he speaks in some ways, right? Like this line is 100% comes from a place of like I do not care if they're gonna do this. I'm gonna make sure it's one of the most painful things that they ever imagined. You know what I mean? It's like oh yeah, like, you know, if you're gonna be rude to me, I'm gonna make sure that, like, you know, and like, you know, I'm gonna make sure that, like, you know, it's not beneficial to you in any single way. That's probably a bad example, but you know what I mean? Like, all of the things that he says, where like here, where it's like, I'm gonna make sure that they are punished, that they are feeling this, by the end of it, even if like we don't find out what their plan is. I'm gonna make sure that they whatever sacrifice they have is unfathomable, and it comes from a place of that pain, that trauma, that history that he has, and hatred that he has for them as well. You know.
如果能够利用好这次机会，剿灭深渊教团绝大部分的兵力，
You know what I mean? This is what I mean.
让他们再也无法组织同样规模的行动的话，
Yeah.
不管怎么说，都应该是件划
I mean, he's
算
not
的事。
wrong, and the sooner we can do that, the better. You know.
如果能抢在他们的目的达成之前解决掉他们，就更完美了。
我明白的，对大英来说，应该没有什么比一口气把
Yep.
深渊教团的大部分家伙全都干掉更解气的事情了。
The way Paiman says this, like, it's so cheery as well. But like, yeah, it is true. Like, you know, like Dana's being very I said there's nothing wrong with him being like and I do believe that a lot of his words are influenced by like years of emotions and, you know, his feelings about this stuff. But he also is saying something that is very logical in the sense too, where it's like, if we can take this chance to trim out the Abyss force, the Abyss Order's forces, then the next time they do something, it's going to be even harder, right? But there has to be some secret reason behind this, right? Because why? Like, the Abyss Order aren't dumb. They're not dumb whatsoever. What they've done already is make great strides in what they're trying to do here. And that's what kind of scares me. You know what I mean? Like, what is the plan here?
没错，
The smile as well, look.
哦，很少见到大英这么坦诚。
Sounds like Dane's a one-man attack on the enemy front has put him in a good mood.
你们那边呢？
He's
有没
not
有发
denying
现
it.
什么有用的线索？
线索的话，我们发现了他妹妹身上
Yeah.
的飞船休眠舱钥匙，掉在了沃鲁之邦附近。
Wonder what Dane's gonna think about this. We were on a spaceship, Dane, by the way.
他本人也到纳塔来了吗？毕竟是如此大规模的行动，倒也不奇怪。
哦，还有，我们还在那边遇到了一个奇奇怪怪的少女。
Oh yeah, Dane Raj might be very helpful about this girl, right? Possibly.
有一些魔物只有她看得到，我们看不到；但又有一些魔物我们看得到，她却看不
Yeah,
到。
a very weird scenario.
然后她还说自己要去找救世主，那个救世主和旅行者很像，八成就是她的妹妹。
I hope you guys don't mind. I actually turned on a fan near me. I know it's probably not the best time to do, but I was, you know, so boiling. I wanted to make sure that I could like focus on this thing. Again, I am Irish. I'm pale as a milk bottle. I need, I can't handle heat very well. I'll be honest. Yeah. So we have this idea of like I stopped right here before we could like get into whatever Dane might say here.
你说，那个少女管她叫救世主？
Yes.
对啊，你想到什么了吗，大爷？
最后一次听到这种叫法，还是在坎瑞亚灾变以前。
Wait.
而且，那的确是
Oh
用
my
来称呼你妹妹的
god. So it is directly related to Khaenri'ah then.
只是坎瑞亚灾变以后，应该不会有人还相信什么救世主的存在了吧？
That turns me around even before the cataclysm, but
谁
yeah,
知
then
道
like,
呢
because then like the it's a myth then because in the end it wasn't saved. What the
是
hell?
之前我听说她的妹妹一直是被叫做公主殿下的呀，救世主这个称呼又是怎么来的？
I wonder if Dane just didn't mention this because again it just didn't turn out to be true, right? Like because Khaenri'ah wasn't saved.
在旅行者的血亲获封坎瑞亚公主身份的那个时期，黑王以及坎瑞亚宫廷上下一直在鼓吹他将会为坎瑞亚带来的那份力量。
Right, okay.
似乎只要有他在，一切苦难都能够得到救赎。无人知晓坎瑞亚将会迎来怎样光明的未来。
Is this why she sounded like the savior?
救世主的名号便是那个时期相信这种论调的人对公主殿下的
And he
爱情。
describes it as rhetoric, by the way. So the idea that like everything would be more prosperous because of our sister.
当然，结局你们也知道了。如今看来，他展现了黑王对力量的贪婪，
The Vistner
只是一个
King.
充满讽刺的名号罢了。
那个时候的坎瑞亚人真的那么寄希望于他呀？
Is that why Lumine is so determined to revive her homeland because she thinks she's failed Khaenri'ah as a savior? That could be actually a pretty interesting theory, right? Because we know she does want to revive the homeland, right? That's one of the things she said in it was a Requiem of the Echoing Depths. Was that when she said it about reviving the homeland? I think it was. So I wonder if like that is like a big motivation. It's kind of like similar to like the way that like, well, not similar, but you know the way like Auroron has that guilt about not being able to be a sacrifice. I wonder if she has a guilt about not being able to be the savior, you know? But that certainly doesn't explain everything. There must be other reasons, of course.
对于那位少女的身份，我有个简单的猜想。
And I'd love some speculation. And also, we don't remember what happened within that world, right? With the conversation we had?
或许是某个身中不死诅咒的纯血坎瑞亚人的后代，在偏远的村庄定居。
A descendant. This is so interesting to me because I mean, I guess like that would make sense if they should, but she doesn't seem like afflicted in the same way that that sounds so weird to be like the same way that we've seen other people afflicted, right?
村庄内部还存在一些久远的论调，尚未被人们遗忘，
And like
所以依旧认为旅行者的血亲是救世主。
Yeah, like I guess being cut off would do that, but like it's just so interesting because like, yeah, I don't know.
哦，我懂了，就像凯亚那样，只不过他生活的地方要更加闭塞一些。
I guess that's a good way to put it.
不过好像还是没办法解释能不能看到魔物的问题。
This is about to get very confusing, isn't it? This is about to get a little bit confusing, I can feel.
如果这位少女也提供不了什么有效情报的话，还是先把注意力放回深渊教团的身上吧。
I kind of love the Danes of just like, look, we can't get anything out of this. You didn't get anything out of this. I don't know anything about this. Let's just kill some Abyss Order people. And I love that he did offer like what he can. He's like, oh, maybe like this is a kind of a logical way of looking at it. But then when he was kind of met with this idea of like, well, when we were like, oh, well, we don't know if they're, how do I say it? Like, well, we don't know about the monster situation. Then he's like, oh, then he shifts again. Okay, well, I can't figure it out. Let's figure this out. Let's do what we can now.
大英要不要也先留宿在夜迷主呀？今天像那样大闹了一番，应该也累了吧？
That'd be sweet.
可以考虑，不过明早必须要商讨下一步行动了，不能留给深渊教团喘息之机。
Yeah, I genuinely love the direction that they're taking with Dane. Now, what he said there is so interesting then, right? Is like, if that's a prophecy that they had all the way back in Khaenri'ah, then we were right about obviously being connected. I think, you know, everyone could tell it was connected in some way to the idea of Khaenri'ah, right? But I think it's also a case of like, now we know that the theory that Dane has is that it's a nation descendant of the people of Khaenri'ah who are cut off from the rest of the world that still believe in the idea of the savior, right? Now, for me personally, like I don't know if I believe that fully yet because again, we don't know at all what's happening, especially with like the stuff with the invisible monsters. We don't know. She didn't even mention the idea of like, you know, what her homeland was called. Maybe we should have like asked a little bit. You know, we could have asked a little bit more. But I guess like at the time we were only focusing on like her safety and stuff like this, which is like, you know, fair enough. But I do like the approach they're taking with Dane, which is like Dane has, as we said, so much hurt and so much pain and so much hatred for what happened back in Khaenri'ah. You know, he talks about how like the sinners as well, how he would love to punish the sinners and all this stuff. That like having him as a character here, basically like in No Uncertain Terms, basically like being so happy to exterminate the Abyss Order and to exterminate all these people as much as he can, exterminate all these Abyss Mages, Heralds, all this stuff. He's happy to do it. And he's not going to hide away from his lust for the destruction of these guys. And I love this well that our characters aren't being like, whoa, that's really weird. You know, like, that's weird, Dave. Why are we saying that? You know, our characters like, yeah, that's strategic. That makes sense. You know what I mean? Let's do this. I actually like really enjoy the approach you're taking here. Now, it's going to get confusing. I know for a fact it's going to get confusing, right? We already have some like, you know, ideas of lore about the idea of Lumine being seen as a savior. Either a character that like as a descendant of Khaenri'ah, directly connected to Khaenri'ah, also calls Lumine a savior, knows our face, knows all this stuff. Like, it's going to get confusing. It's going to get confusing, but like, I like coming away from Dane quests a little bit confused, right? I like coming away from Dane's quest with a bit more mystery as well, right? I do. Who's Dane talking to?
不行，不能留给深渊教团那么
Oh,
多时
Dane's
间。
talking strategy.
啊，戴因和伊安山，他们难道是在商讨战略了？
Yeah,
看上去已经很
that's
熟络
good.
了呢。
That's very good.
早呀，两位，你们在聊什么呢？
你们来了，我正想通知你们这个好消息。玄牧人的情报员发来消息，他们已经探查到了深渊教团设在纳塔的总部在
In
哪里。
Natlan. Like right in Natlan.
他们的阵线崩溃以后，大部分兵力都退守在那边，指挥中枢似乎也在那里。
Well, this is good but scary at the same time that they can actually set up something like this in Natlan. You know what I mean?
位置就在近城。
Huh?
确实
What？
像是深渊教团会选择的
What？
地方呢。这么说，这是把他们一锅端的好机会了。
I mean, like, I totally get, like, it makes perfect sense because that's one place people won't go. But, like, the freaking balls, and I never say the freaking balls, right? The bravery, right? Pretty crazy.
说不定你的妹妹也会在那里呢。
Maybe.
兵力快要集结完毕了，我们也派人到马维卡那里去打招呼了。
That's so
这么大
crazy,
规模的行
man.
动，还是不能擅作主张。
Are we planning on, like, and actually infiltrating the Cinder City? That's gonna be so interesting.
太慢了，没必要这么做。
Dane's just like, no, we gotta do it now.
既然情报已经到手，就应该立刻行动。耽误每一分钟都是在给深渊教团机
God,
会。
and again, this comes from a place with dealing with the Abyss Order, dealing with the Abyss, dealing with this for so freaking long, his hunt, his fight. Like, you know this is why he is, like, coming at this from this perspective. Like, it's a character, as we said, that his words and all of his actions are determined by the past, right? Like, everyone is, right? Everyone's words are determined by the past, but, like, obviously, like, his particular past.
我的理由刚刚已经说过了，我理解你的想法，但纳塔确实没有条件立即
Can
出
we
击。
go? Can we go do something while you're setting up and we'll, like, be like a recon?
没关系，我去就好了。
That's what I was
谢
thinking.
谢你们的情报，易安山。
I didn't think Dane was not gonna go there.
你自己去，还是稍微等等更有把握吧。
Yeah, I don't think Dane cares about that. I think Dane genuinely cares about, like, letting the Abyss Order, like, or about the idea of letting the Abyss Order get any advantage.
好啊，我支持你，戴因斯雷布。
啊，我还以为你会劝劝他呢。
我欣赏戴因斯雷布先生的胆识，同时也认为以戴因斯雷布先生的实力，
I mean,
的
he
确
did
可以
break the
一
front
试。
lines.
更何况，就算有意外，只要拖延时间，我们就会以援军的身份抵达战场。那么，祝你旗开得胜，戴因斯雷布先生。
Very mature interactions here.
谢谢。
I'm gonna thank you for Dane's lift.
旅行者，
Oh my god! That's actually quite cute from Dane's lift, right? To look directly at us as well. To be like, hey, like, are you coming? You know? Allow me to join you, Dane's lift.
唉，这个戴因装酷也没有装得很彻底呢。
No, legitimately, I love the look towards us as well. I mean, that's like our relationship with Dane's now, right? Like, it's like he has done a lot for us in terms of information. I feel like he's brought us closer to the idea of, like, meet up with Dane's. Oh my freaking god, guys. Can you imagine someone who didn't do the Oak to Natlan stuff? And, like, this is their first time going to the Cinder City? Which there are people out there. They're 100%. No, people probably explored this place, right? But, like, pretty crazy, right? Pretty crazy if so. But I genuinely adore the fact that, like, because again, our journey has been so intertwined with Dainsleif that, like, he was just like, buddy, you know what's about to happen. Come on. Beautiful place, isn't it? Absolutely beautiful place. Oh my god, it's like a combat domain. We're going in full force attacking. It's a
就是这里
domain.
了嘛，深渊教团在纳塔的老巢。
This is so crazy. Look what we're standing at the Cinder City with Paimon and Dane. This is crazy.
深渊教团一向擅长躲躲藏藏和阵地战，这也是这么多年我没办法大幅削弱
And
他
you
们
can
战
tell
力
he
的
really
原
wants
因
to。do this.
对了，战斗中我不一定能时刻顾及到你那边。
It's okay.
如果遇到什么深渊力量驱使的机关一类，可以寻求我的帮助，留给我来解决。
Thank you for letting us know.
好久都没有跟大营并肩作战了呢，我感觉伊安上来之前，我们一定就能攻下这里。
Honestly, yes. Honestly, yes.
要是还能有机会见到你的妹妹就更好了。走吧。
Yeah. This is crazy, man. It's actually so cool. Like, we're Why do I have tears? In this battle, Direidyth will show you the might of the Twilight Sword. Summon him to clear out the obstructions that bar your path. There's no way. The swordsmanship days of his master as a Khaenri'ah court guard captain allows him to easily SB the weakness in opposing elemental wards. His long war against the Abyss has made him highly cognizant of the weakness, allowing him to also destroy the Void wards. Oh, we know! Oh. Okay, I'll take it. Okay, I'll take it. I'll take it, guys. Beggars can't be choosers in this sense. I thought we were gonna get to play as Dane. I was like, we're gonna get to play as Dane, but look, I summoned Dane with this music. I'll take it. Oh my god, and this song? We're playing this music? Holy freaking hell. Can he do something here? Oh, okay, no, I'll take it, guys. I thought we were playing as Dane, but honestly, Dane as a summon, I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll 100% take it. Are you kidding me? No doubt about it, I'll take it. Look at this! Oh my god, guys. Oh, wrong character. Love this move so much. Oh my god. They get him. They get him. Okay, can I just say this right now? It honestly makes him more impressive to me as a character, Dane as a summon. You know what I mean? I there was like a moment of like, oh, we're not playing. Oh god, Jesus. I forgot she doesn't have a lot of health. That's my bad. That's my bad. My Yamiko does not have a lot of health. I need to actually upgrade her health. So you have to be careful about that for sure. Dane, figure this out. Yeah.
从深渊教团的战术和总部的构造上看，他们可能从一开始就准备有来无回。
Oh my god, what a way to put it. They know they're gonna die. This is one of the most incredible scenes. This music, like it's literally a stronghold. We're literally storming the stronghold. So freaking crazy, guys. I'm trying to destroy this as soon as possible here as well. Oh my god, this song. This song. Holy freaking hell. Dane, get him. Oh, Dane's cooling down. No, he's not cooling down. Dane as a summon is actually pretty beast. Guys, like it's actually pretty freaking sick. It's actually pretty insane. And he's so like calm about it as well, right? Please don't kill my gal. Leave that there as well. Dane, go for it. I'm never gonna be over this. This is incredible. Dane is a freaking summon. I would use Yamiko as like a full-on DPS because she can do that. I'm just worried about her just because of the, yeah, see that? That's what I'm worried about. Genuinely worried about, her, how do I say it? Like, she has such low health against Rift Hounds. Rift Hounds are not, like, what you really want, I think, against, like, you know, low health enemies, I suppose. You know what I mean? All the time. If you get what I'm saying. I think shields is definitely very good for a Rift Hound enemy as well. But we'll upgrade her health with time. This is so cool, guys, by the way. This is so cool. I love this move. Is that it? Oh my god, and then they came in right at the right key of the song as well. The abyss is all present, to flee is futile. I'm not fleeing, buddy. I'm just like trying to catch my breath. So freaking cool. So freaking cool. With a Dane summon as well. Yeah, we need to upgrade our health for sure. That's one down, thanks to Dane. Holy freaking hell, this is so impressive, guys. We're in a siege. We're sieging Octanatland. You know what I mean? Like, can we just take a moment to believe we just sieged the Abyss Order in Octanatland, in the Cinder City. This game is incredible. So incredible. And this is where he fought that dragon. Oh my god, there's a big boy down here. This is one of the coolest. And again, like, we've done battles before. We've done war before. Like, recently in Monster, we did like a full-on defense, right? And that was so sick as well. Like how they did it. And now here we're doing a siege. Oh my god. They know him by name. They know him by freaking name.
没错，我从没打算放弃任何一个可以将你们猎杀的机会。
And he's laying out what I'm gonna do.
旅行者的妹妹不在这里吗？这个人难道就是总部的领头人？
猎杀我们，我不由得有些同情你了，戴因斯雷布。对你来说，被杀都是一种奢求。
Oh my freaking god, that was personal. That was such a personal thing to say.
而且你追逐我们那么多年，如今终于做到了的事，在此时此刻却已经变得毫无意义了。
What do you
知
mean?
道吗？
He's saying all the years of pursuing us is going to be meaningless?
你这种故弄玄虚的语气令人厌烦。至少此刻将军的是我。
Oh my god, and us like folding
无
our
论胜
arms.
负如何，结果都应该揭晓了吧？你们究竟有什么后招？还是说，有
I
什
kind
么
of
其他
don't.
左右胜利的要素
I kind of don't.
那我就直说了吧。从教团的视角，公主殿下已经用其他的方式取得了胜利。
Lumine? Is it the Loom of Fate?
而且绝不仅仅只是这场争斗的胜利。
Oh my god.
殿下他已经完成了我们深渊教团一直以来的夙愿。
Is it to do with the Loom of Fate, the Abyss Order's greatest wish? What is...
殿下悄无声息地侵入了夜神之国，利用纳塔夜神
Oh my
之
god,
国
with
曾经重建地脉的经验。
I know I keep saying it. They probably used the Loom of Fate here, right? Because it can weave ley lines. But this is reconstruction, though.
使用命运的
Yes.
契机，重新编织了凯瑞亚的地脉。
What? She did it? She reweaved the ley lines of Khaenri'ah? But what does that mean? What does that do?
什么？他
他使用了命运的之气。
She has it. It's built. It's built.
难道深渊教团选择主攻耶迷主，也是为了
Oh
扰乱
my
视听？
god, they were doing a
掩护你的妹
diversion
妹进入夜
this
神
whole
之国
time.
吗？
Wait, so she successfully did it? Well, we were all fighting and like thinking we were doing so good here. What does that mean for the future? That she's...
糟了，这么一看，他
It
说的
makes
可
it
能
does
是
it
真的。
does, but what does that mean for our future? What does that mean for Nala? What does that mean for Tevat?
没错。
What are you
也就是
talking
说
about?
凯瑞亚已经完成了复国。
In what? How? I know how, but like with the Loom of Fate, but like in what
而
sense?
戴因斯雷布被你消灭的那些我的同僚们，都会忘却这500年间
Oh
的征
my
战，
freaking
在已
god!
经复活的凯瑞亚重获新生。
So they're just gonna start living in Khaenri'ah again?
一派胡言，
How does this work?
无聊的家伙，你的谎话漏洞百出。
Yeah, isn't there more to reviving a home than just reweaving the ley lines?
对啊，中间好像缺了一些步骤，比如哪里能够承载凯瑞亚的地脉呢？
Interesting. So there needs to be a place. Obviously, you can put Khaenri'ah, right?
如果这件事能够这么简单的完成，马维卡和队长当初在深渊灾难来临的时
Oh
候
my
就不会面临那么多难题了。
god.
最简单的问题，你口中那个已经复活的
That's what I was
凯瑞亚
thinking.
现在在哪里？
I should have just said that because I think that's what we probably are all thinking this moment. Where? How? Where is it?
没想到你们竟如此愚妄，事到如今还不愿相
Don't
信
change。the subject. Tell us where.
仔细想想吧，从战争的开始到现在，你们真的没察觉到过什么端倪？
Excuse me? Anything you missed? Are there signs I could have missed?
刚刚的梦中确实有些异样，尽管只是
Yes.
模糊不清的感
Yes.
觉。
That must have been
那
what
塔的地
happened.
脉，此时此刻似乎混入了某种杂音。杂音？虽说这种杂音似乎对地脉和夜神之国没有任何实质性的影响，
It seems like it did have a tangible effect.
就好像互不干扰的2个维度的东西，也感觉不到任何威胁，但总觉得
Oh,
有些事情正在发生。
I'm so freaking nervous. Also, if we see Lumine and the Night King facing the Lord of the Night, we saw this, yeah. I 100% believe that she's done this. There are signs as well? Oh my god, which of these events has proved that Khaenri'ah has been revived? The meditation or that can't see the monsters?
蒂莱尔所见的
No.
魔物，我无法直接看到，
Wait.
反之亦然。唯有通过身体接触，才能看到对方视野里的魔物。
No, 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 no. No, no, it's this. It's this. Wait. Wait. Is she a part of the revived Khaenri'ah? Oh my god. There's no way. Maybe on a different time and space with Darren than she's in Khaenri'ah like Dane suspects, and that means holy freaking hell. That's what it was. That was the connection. She's in Khaenri'ah, so she sees the world differently from us even. Oh, I think I'm gonna pass out. I think I'm gonna pass out. And that means the revived Khaenri'ah that he speaks of actually exists despite healing from that separate time and space. Hailing, I should say. Oh my god, I feel like so lightheaded. Has found a way to communicate with us.
不管你此刻在想什么，我劝你先不要相信
But Dane's saying it's all lies. Dane's saying don't believe it.
这种荒谬的事，除非我亲眼确认过，否则我绝
And
不
Dane's like, I'm not having this. I'm not having this at all. But that would make so much sense, like why she could see, like, and why it was abyss creatures coming after her, and also she could see creatures from her world, but we couldn't see creatures from. And the Abyss Order was made after the Cataclysm, right? So the Abyss creatures of the Abyss Order wouldn't be able to be seen by her at that time because she's from a different space and time, right?
现
And
在
the prophecy
最
as
应该做
well.
的 是让面前的家伙永远闭嘴。
I'm with you with that too. But still, like that's such a freaking. I have like
冥顽
chills.
不灵的家伙，
I have so many freaking chills.
真傻，
接受深渊的拥抱。
令令咒技，
姐姐，
Like it kind of like it's one of those things where like now it's like oh yeah that like kind of like you know makes a bit of sense. You know what I mean? That kind of does make sense now in a way. But it's still freaking insane, right?
落叶飘完成了使命。
去，
Like it's still so much information to get at once as well. Oh my god, I love having Dane as a summon.
我会保护大家。
Please let me have Dane as a summon forever.
嘿，
御风而行。
What I'll do is if I have Dane as a summon. Oh my god. See, one thing I sometimes do find it hard to dodge in this game that like sometimes I feel like my dodges aren't precise, but maybe it's just like, you know, again,
朔风解印，
getting better with some characters, I guess. And in fairness, I wasn't trying to dodge, I was trying to use their moves, so I guess it's like more of like a different thing if you try to dodge, right? But even there, like, yeah, see like there, we can dodge.
夜明，该出发了。
Holy freaking hell.
解决掉了吗？啊，这下就算是攻下深渊教团在纳塔的总部了吧？
Yeah, because of all the stuff he
但怎么
said.
感觉好像没有很开心呢。
Our sister has, like, from what that guy the Abyss said, our sister has been able to reconstruct Khaenri'ah. Now, Dane believes it's lies, right? But everything seems to like fall into place a little bit, right? Is that just me that everything seems to fall into place a little bit? It's like almost like, oh, that makes sense and that makes sense and that makes sense, you know?
你还在想刚才那件事吗？看你忧心忡忡的样子。
Direidyth is the only potential lead we have. I think we should at least talk to her about all this, 100%.
我懂你的意思了。你怀疑他正身处那个刚刚复活
It's just
的
like
坎瑞
everything,
亚
like Dane, I'm so on board with like believing that this isn't true, and if I hope it isn't true, you know. But at the same time, it's one of those things where it's like err on the side of caution
我
always.
依旧不认为坎瑞亚的复国是如此容易达成的事。不过，如果这样能够消除你的疑虑，我支持你再去确认一
But
下
the
你的
Luma
想法
Fate, right? Its original thing that it could do was change people's like memories and implant dreams into their head, right? Now, in fairness, Dane was able to like he was able to trick that he knew that was going to happen somehow, and he was able to like trick that device, not trick it, but like withstand it, and trick Lumine into meeting up with them. But like the Luma Fate has gotten so powerful that it can do that, right? That's what we were told.
我就留在这
Or
里打
like
扫
from
战场
Caliber.
或许可以发现什么其他的线索。
Holy hell, man. This was a ride. And oh no, Dane. What? Wait. He got Dane off guard? There's no freaking way. What the hell just happened?
早就觉得你的声音和态度都有些熟悉，没好好确认你的死亡。是
Well, you
我
know
的失
this?
误你也受到了不死诅咒吧，哈登？
Harden.
500年后的
His
江王，
master.
你还是选择了直呼我的名字。
Oh my freaking god.
即便你成为了高贵的末光之剑，即便以我如今的这副身体再也无法挥剑，我也还是你曾经的剑术老师啊，
Holy freaking.
戴因斯雷布。
This is Dane's master.
你当年的傲慢与恶毒，早就让我失去了对你的一切尊
And we
敬。
know Dane stands by when he loses respect for somebody, he stands by it.
好吧，事已至此，我们也没必要继续争斗了。
Insane. That's why he said that
反正
personal
你
thing
我
to Dainsleif,
都是
right?
身负不死诅咒之人，谁也无法彻底杀死谁。
Do you remember he said that at the start of the battle? He was like, it's so funny, you deal out so much death, but you can't give it to yourself.
话虽这么说，但我准备
Oh
先
my
杀你。
freaking god, Dane! Oh my freaking god. Oh. Look at this. They're not even showing it. Oh, now they are. Now they are. But he's laughing. Ride Sword of Heaven's End. Again, this is what I talk about. Dane's actions are all, I think they come from such a place of like pain and years of trauma. Like he's not letting up here. This isn't a thing of like, oh, I'm gonna like, leave it here. He wants to destroy this guy over and over again. Not at all. You should know, like if you truly know Dane, like, but him putting his hand through Dainsleif's heart like that, his chest, to me that's like such like it's almost like a bit of like disrespect almost, right? In a way, am I wrong? Because it's like he knows he can't die, and he knows he can't die, right? Fully. So it's almost like a little bit of like, look what I can do. I can do this, but I know even you can't die.
100次的濒死体验，
100
我连噩梦
deaths.
都不敢这么做。别把当年的那些仇恨全都撒在我一个人身上啊！
这只是深渊教团的份儿。如果算上当年在坎瑞亚的那些，
God.
你
Oh
绝
my
对想象
freaking
不到你的
God.
噩梦会有多长，
He's like, that was just one part of the punishment.
多么黑暗。
好吧，我相信你应该累了
Now
吧？
you're asking for a chat?
坐下来，我们聊聊天吧。
I
怎么了？不喜欢叙旧？也是，过去对于你来说，竟是些不好的回
yeah,
忆。
exactly. What do you think he has good to look back on?
真没想到，你会站在深渊教团的那一
Oh
边。
my god. And we actually have seen his fallen comrades before, right? People he did respect, who fell to like the curse, and over time, like, he's lost so many loved ones. We know there are people he did love. And to lose like your master to the Abyss Order as well.
明明可以说，你们的公主殿下曾经背叛过你们。
是啊，当初坎瑞亚灾变的时候，所有人都在祈求救世主的拯
Interesting
救，
way to put this as well.
可到处都找不到他的身影。即便我们知道，在那个时候，他身上无比强大的深渊力量
Wait.
已经遭到了瓜分，
It had been divided up?
但我们还是会因为他独自离开的
So
选
she
择
doesn't
而
have the
感到失
full
望
power of the Abyss. Now we know that Clothar said that he wanted, right? Was it Clothar who said he wanted, the plan was to use the full power of the Abyss to fight the Heavenly Principles? So I wonder if like they got that then from, part of it from Lumine.
可是，我相信他现在所做的一切，包括
I have no
他的悔
doubt.
恨，都是发自真心的。
I have no doubt it comes from regret.
倒不如说，事到如今，我们还能相信谁呢？
That's true.
身为凯瑞亚人，总不能开始去依靠神明了吧？
这500年，你的性格倒是变了很多。我没想到你会选择原谅的。
So from Dane's perspective, his master originally would have never forgive Lumine for like, quote unquote, abandoning Khaenri'ah, right?
如果当初我在骑士学院跟你学习黑蛇剑术的时候，你能有这样的心胸，
So he even loaded them a
我不至于
bit
会一直恨你。
at the Night Academy. I love this conversation. Is so interesting. Like, look at what we're looking at. Look at what we're looking at right now. This is like Dane just killed him 100 times, and now is having a casual conversation with his Abyss Order master, who is in the Abyss Order now. His master, who is in the Abyss Order now.
我所行的那些善举，分明是顺应学院所宣扬的骑士精神的，却会因心浮气躁的理由而受到体罚。
So, wait. So he was committing good deeds, and he got beaten for it. F this dude. F Hayden. I know we already said F him, but like Jesus Christ.
还有， 虽然我不想提及这个名字，
Citlali.
但当时同级的苏尔特洛奇也曾因为对骑士精神的践行而遭受迫害，
Oh my
肢体变得残缺。
freaking god. Citlali, who is the master of Skirk, isn't that correct? Is that correct in saying that Citlali is the master of Skirk? Because then, wasn't it the... I'm trying to think here. It was the narrow, like the freaking, what they called the whale, the narwhal. The whale was like, belonged to Citlali, right?
尽管现在谈这些已经没什么意义了，可是这一切都与你有关吧，哈
All
登。
this is your doing?
为了维护自己的地位，维护自己虚伪的颜面，恶毒的打压新一
That's
代的
horrible.
骑士。
That's horrible. So even like Citlali was punished, Dainsleif was punished, all to keep his own position intact. Awful, 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 awful person.
怎么？我打算承认吗
And like Dainsleif saying this as well, like it has to be like some sort of like cathartic feeling in a way, right? Where it's like all these years he's never truly gotten to like, you know, gain full like, and he's constantly trying to gain that. I feel like gain that like revenge, gain to come to terms with his feelings, true violence, and through these his hunt that he's on, right? But now he's going to talk face to face with someone who wronged him.
对不起啊，戴因斯雷布。虽然想就这些事情认真和你道
What's the
歉，
fact?
但我真的想
Are
不
you
起来了。
serious? That would kill me only because of this, right? Think of it this way. Someone has been so horrible to you your whole life, and you've carried that with you for 500 years. Dane has carried that with him for so long, but the person that was horrible to him doesn't even freaking remember it. That would upset me. I would be angry.
看我现在的样子吧，凭借深渊力量，我才能维持住这样的身体。
Only by the Abyss's grace, by the way.
而记忆、内心、精神、情感，早就已经磨损的残破不堪了。
And we're seeing all these effects that happen, yeah, from like the the Khaenri'ah years ago, and I'm guessing the curse as well. But he's saying here like that's why he can recognize Dainsleif and understand that he still is his like student. But from this perspective as well, he only remembers fragments of those times together.
即便那些是我不堪回首的过去，我曾经不想面对的过去，但
Oh my god.
我也从心底里想要将它们想起来。
He's like my past could be full of shame, but I want to, and again, I feel like a lot of people might like, would love to forget some stuff, but because of all the stuff that's happened here as well, a lot of these people, I guess, in the Abyss Order or people who are from back then, want desperately to be like, I wish I could like remember stuff from back then. Holy hell.
我非常害怕，我会完全变成另一个人。
Is that because you believe because you did some things wrong?
所以，只要是我做的，我都愿意好好道
Oh
歉。
my god.
只要你再多说一点关于那个时代的坎瑞亚的回忆。
I want to make it clear here, right? Still the enemy, right? He is still 100% the enemy. Still tried to kill us. But like you can really see the pain that was left behind by the cataclysm and the destruction of Khaenri'ah through almost every single person that was connected to that time. And in this sense, he's like, can I apologize for this so I can hear about Khaenri'ah? I will apologize for being horrible and awful and all this stuff. But just please tell me about our home, because I don't remember parts of it.
怪不得，连我都察觉到了你性格
Yes.
上的变化。
They frame your
回忆
personality
的确是
forever.
构成人格的重要部分。
100%. They influence the way you act in the future.
那个时代，坎瑞亚的回忆。
So the Khaenri'ah said, Danes slowly closed eyes and countless so is he reciting them? All the sights, memories, feelings, everything etched into his heart are gradually brought back to him forefront again. Along his feelings and nostalgia, simply recalling everything seems to take a long, long time, of course. Look at this, man.
Khaenri'ah 那个黄金的时代。
算了，我没那么多时
I love
间
it. I actually love it. I actually freaking love it.
是吗？虽然有些遗憾，不过也已经够了。那些我听不到的故事，命运的知机能够听到就好。
命运的知机。
So he was like trying to get him to.
你们到底做了些什么？
I hit the mic, guys. Sorry. So he was trying to get the Loom of Fate to hear all this history of Khaenri'ah.
再次向你道歉，戴因斯雷布。之前我确实撒谎了。你的判断和认识。
Oh my god! I fell for it. Danesif, I fell for it. Danesif, I fell for it.
Khaenri'ah 还没有完成复国，甚至地脉的编织也没有完成。
Dane, I fell for it. So he was trying to get memories out of Dane. That's so sadistic. So does he remember stuff or?
地脉可以视为一切记忆的集合体。想要编织出曾经凯瑞亚的地脉，就需要关于那个时代凯瑞亚的几乎全部。
I fell for it. I fell for this.
命运的织机无法在没有任何记忆作为原料的情况下进行编织。
I actually thought that it came from like such a place of like weird, like innocence almost in a way.
所以只能靠整个深渊教团的大家，将脑海中的记忆东拼西凑，尽量还原出。
Oh my god, they're all sharing different memories with each other, and now Danesif has like some of the most vast and like controlled amount of memories.
直到此刻，命运的织机还在运转。
No, that's what the meditation is.
之前那些深渊教团的人在做的冥
They're
想，
all like literally providing
就是在
memories.
给他提供原料吗？
没错，500年后，身为移民的我们共同编织那个梦中的国度，将它带回现实。多么伟大而浪漫的工程！
This is absolutely insane. Because I have no problem saying, right, that I thought it was like just an effect of the curse and this dude literally just wanted to hear about his homeland. But no. It was all just a trick again. And I literally fell for it. I was like, this is like such like a sincere way of doing this, right? Because I legit felt like, oh my god, like the curse has affected so many people, you know? For people who've already seen this quest and are watching this video, I hope that all of you are watching this like with like a smile on your face, kind of like, oh my god, he doesn't know what's gonna hit him because Jesus Christ, I hook, line, and sinker. Well, for the most part, I did think that there was like something wrong with it, but yeah, I think 95% hook, line, and sinker.
只可惜，500年实在太久了，我们脑海中的记忆都磨损得所剩无几，仅靠这些原料，只会得到一个残缺的
World
世界。
woven from broken memory shall itself be broken?
于是你们想到了我，想到了一直在追猎你们的敌人。
正确，你拥有你哥哥留给你的那枚戒指，会帮你不断重置身体的状态。
His elder brother is the one that was speaking to us during Khaenri'ah, right?
尽管你也会有记忆的磨损，但在坎瑞亚的移民中，一定会是磨损最少的那个人。
He definitely does remember the most. Right, that was who it was. It was oh my god, because he was the one who was speaking to us, right? It was one of the sinners. I might have to like look up the actual way to pronounce it, but it's like it's like Verdant something. Verdant something.
不惜一切代价，就算拿教团的全部兵力动
Jesus
用，
Christ.
也要得到你脑海中的记忆。
All of this was a task to try and get Dane's memories. I'm so glad I didn't give them more, but still, they have the fragmented memories of the other people in the Abyss Order, and now they have Dane's memories too, are part of it.
骗我到这里，引导我进入冥想的状态，才是你们真正的目的。哼，也罢，你们全部的兵力换我脑海中的一点回忆，我认可这笔交易。
What a way to put it! What a way to put it!
如此依赖命运的织姬，孤注一掷地牺牲掉手中这么多棋子，我看未必是一步好棋。
And he calls it a gamble, by the way. This is such a crazy reveal. The entire thing they did here was all in an attempt to just get Dane's memories.
但至少殿下拥有参与棋局的资格，而且
No,
刚刚
wait,
在你的
no,
帮助之下
no.
已经依靠命运的织机完成了新
I cannot
凯瑞亚
believe
的
this.
地脉。
10 minutes ago, I was like, wow, this is such an incredible scene because it's like, it represents like the pain of the Khaenri'ahs and stuff like this, which I still think, like, you know, the memories of the Khaenri'ahs still does represent their pain. But, like, I thought, like, man, this is like such a sincere approach to this, even though I know he's still bad, right? This is such a sincere approach. I believe that he just was, like, on his last legs wanting to hear about his homeland.
先别管你们仰慕的那位殿下的事了。你刚刚曾说不惜一切代价，对吧？那么，你做好准备要为你欺骗我这件事再死100次。
I hope it was worth it, he says. Dane means business. Dane doesn't forget about this stuff. He doesn't. Whoa. They took us right to the spot with the cave. Well, close to the spot with the cave. Oh my freaking god, guys. I'll say it again because I have no problem saying it because, like, you know, like, so we predicted, like, not predicted, but, like, we kind of had a hunch about some stuff in this time around, and, like, the stuff with the connection to Khaenri'ah. Of course we did. Like, of course it's Dane. There's gonna be a connection to Khaenri'ah. Like, that's like saying, like, water is wet. Of course there is, right? So I'm not gonna be like, oh, I predicted this. Of course there's gonna be a connection to Khaenri'ah in some way, but, like, obviously the way that it's connected to your gal. I was sitting there thinking to myself how kind of, like, beautiful in a way it is that this horrible individual, and I didn't say they were horrible, was, like, trying to find out more about his homeland. And he was, but not in the way that I thought he was. So we found out not only that, but the meditation that was happening throughout that we thought was harmless, the noise that we heard in the Leylands that we thought was harmless, but now that even makes more sense because it wasn't finished yet. And he tricked us into believing, and I was like, man, that does all make sense, into believing that it was that they actually revived Khaenri'ah. But now Khaenri'ah, from his perspective now, I don't know why he'd lie now, but it's revived. Khaenri'ah's freaking revived. Like, what do we do? I was tricked. I was tricked a little bit there, you know? I genuinely was like, this is a moment where, like, they're both gonna reflect on Khaenri'ah. But no. Holy freaking hell, guys. That was one of the most incredible scenes they've done. And then Dane showing once again, he's like, hey, it's a good small price to pay. I will let you have some of my memories. But that means I'm also just gonna, like, kill you 100 more times. And you know when Dane says 100 times, he precisely means 100 more times. He means it. It's gonna be 100 more times. Oh, man. I think I need to, like, lay down for a few hours. So now we know. Let's look at what we know before we go any further. Khaenri'ah is supposedly back. It has been rewoven. It was almost being... It was in the process because that's how we were able to possibly see the girl we see now, because that's obviously the theory we're going with now. And we're able to, like, transfer between the two worlds. The meditation we had seen was them trying to focus their memories on all the fragmented memories that they had between all of them. And the... How do I say it? And the noise that Citlali heard was the starting, probably, of the process of Lumine reweaving the ley lines. That's what this was. And it all does fall into place pretty well, right? My original prediction when I got there was when we heard the Khaenri'ah was... I thought Khaenri'ah had been rebuilt already. I thought it had already been rebuilt, right? And it all kind of fell into place in that way. And I was thinking to myself then, like, you know, during that conversation, I was like, okay, since it's already built, there's going to have like a reminiscent conversation. But no. And he tricked Dane into giving him the final pieces of memories. And for that deception, he is going to kill him 100 times again. Funnily enough, guys, so far... Oh, she is? Oh, she is. Now, funnily enough, can I say, even though, like, a lot of this stuff is crazy, I actually think in terms of, like, Dane quests so far, this is, like, one of the most easily understandable ones so far. Now, I know it's not over. You know what I mean? I actually think this is one of the most easily, like, easier ones to follow so far. You know what I mean? In terms of, like, just, like... Now, there is going to be some interesting stuff, like, you know, the stuff that's confusing about, like, what exactly would Khaenri'ah look like, what's it going to, like, you know, appear as. But I feel like the following of the timeline is it's not straightforward, but it makes sense. You know what I mean? It makes perfect sense in a way. There's that gal. Oh. Wait. What did she see? Oh my god, the holding of the hands. What did she see? What did she see? What the No. Wait. What is this? What the freaking hell is that? The cataclysm. So it's happening in... right now in front of our eyes. And we can only see because we touched her hand. We're technically in the cataclysm? Where's Direidyth right now? So she really is. Yes, she is. We're inside the freaking cataclysm right now this second. Oh my freaking god. We're not. Oh my god. Yeah, we're for the future, you're for the past.
太好了，看来这并不是世界的末日。
Oh. Look at this. Isn't that one of the boxes that we got, like, trapped in at the start?
那坎瑞亚，我的国家后来怎么样了？
Oh. I'm so sorry. My heart is pounding right now.
不，等等。
Yeah.
我不问了。
I don't think you want the answer for at all.
未知的结果才会产生努力的动力。我相信，如果是救世主的话，
Well,
还有扭转这一切的机会。
Oh my god, she's working to do something. She's working to do something for sure.
就算没有了你的保护，我也还是会去找他的。
Meeting someone from Khaenri'ah, right? That isn't aware of, like, all the stuff that's happening now, isn't aware of what happened to Khaenri'ah, is such an interesting thing to do for this quest. It breaks my heart. Like, we have never gotten to talk to someone from Khaenri'ah, right? In the flesh. That didn't know the cataclysm was about to happen, right? That only knew about the prophecies and what they put on Lumine in terms of the title. Holy hell.
但是
It's gorgeous music as well.
其实，在我的眼里，你已经是救世主了。
Whoa.
是能保护一切、
Whoa.
改变一切的那个人。
It's true. We've literally been defying fate since we got here. She's so correct about Aether. I'm taking myself obviously out of this equation. It's not me playing as Aether. Aether himself has the ability to change everything. And he has. He is the outlier. He is the unknown variable. And she said, I already found my savior. That hit me hard when she said, I already found my savior.
只可惜，你不在我的时空里。
Yeah.
对了，我其实之前想过， 如果你那么想要找到自己的妹妹，
Oh.
那对方会不会也很想要找到你呢？
This is like, I don't know if it's just because like we do want to find her sister, but I think it is the reason why it's hitting hard. It's just like we've never gotten a chance to talk to someone from Khaenri'ah like this. You know what I mean? And I talk about this all the time in Genshin, how like every once in a while Genshin will grab the back of our hair and turn our head to the horrors that happened in Khaenri'ah and tell us to look. Because sometimes it's easy to avoid what is happening when you're not directly in front of it. And this is directly in front of what was happening. And there's like this feeling of I want to protect the people of Khaenri'ah, you know what I mean? I want to. But again, we're from a different time.
就是说，你身上有没有什么东西，可以作为我见过你的证据？
What?
等我找到他的时候，就能证明你也在找他了。
A memento? Wait.
怎么了？
Wait. What is it? What? No. What type of freaking time thing is that? If we... Wait, so... Hold on. Let me read this again. Is there anything give me as a meant to prove to be met so when I do find her, convinced that you're also searching for her? So her fate is a curse of being turned into a hilly churl. And she's fated to try and find... Holy... I'm my heart. Her fate is that she's gonna desperately try and find our sister for us. If this is her future, if this is her fate. So if we give the key to her, she will have the memento to try and... Then all of this will happen. Somehow we gave this key to her in the past. So this is a time sequence that is happening over and over. If we give this to her, she will try and find us again. And we will end up in the same situation. If we keep the key, she won't try to find us, and maybe her fate might be different. We can maybe change her fate in some way. Maybe she won't end up in that place. Who knows if she will turn into a hilly churl? I don't know. I'm thinking keep the key. We're all about changing fate, right? We're all about that. That's our character. Give the key, she will try to find us again, right? She will try to find the savior. Keep the key, and our fate changes. Possibly. Is that what we're getting here? What the hell? What just happened? Is everything everything froze? What is happening?
原来是这么回事，这其中一定有实质之
No.
证伊斯塔洛的影响吧？
Isros! Lumine! So that's what happened. Isroth, the ruler of time, must have handed this. So Istaroth has created like some sort of time paradox? And this as well? I cannot believe, like, Lumine's right here. And we're not in someone else's memory, right? Right? We're not in someone else's memory this time so we can remember this.
不然这场相遇应该是绝对不会成立的。
Oh my god, wait, so... Istaroth created a time space where we can meet? Lumine, you knew all of this?
我只知道结果，并且也一直很想知道过程。
Is she talking about the cataclysm?
500年前坎瑞亚灾变刚开始的时候，我作为当时的坎瑞亚公主，正准备竭尽全力抵抗。
Right?
可这位少女，蒂莱尔，找到了我。
No.
讽刺的是，她迫切地请求我拯救世界，但同时也带来了关于你的消息。
What type of time sequence did they do here? So we gave her the memento, and she found 500 years ago. She was found by Direidyth. What? She desperately begged her to save the world, but then brought us news of us? What?
她说你正在找我，我惊讶又怀疑，直到她拿出了属于你的
Oh
那把
my
休眠舱的钥匙。
So in another timeline, another time space, we gave her that memento, and she actually found Lumine. So she actually did it.
明明我在提瓦特苏醒后就与你失散，后来在整个星球上都找不到你，可偏偏是在这种时候。
We've been separated ever since I awakened to Tivat, and I searched the whole planet. She was searching for us at that time.
对于当时的我，这是个艰难的选择。
Oh my god.
我是如此迫不及待想要见到你，而整个坎瑞亚又更加迫切的想要我的拯救。
She had to choose? She was searching for us that whole time. I'm not okay. I'm definitely not okay.
我知道不论如何选择，在
That's so
此后的时
tough.
光里，我都会后悔。
Sorry, that is so rough. That is so rough. That she even had to go through that thought process.
尽管心怀愧疚，但最终我还是坚定了自己的选择。我想要第一时间去见你。
She abandoned Khaenri'ah for us. I am not doing well. And then
可当我找到你的时候，你却甚至尚未苏醒。休眠舱的钥匙也好好的放在你的身上。
you're saying 3 keys. Wait, so I still had my keys, so it is like a time sequence of some kind.
尽管我当时一头雾水，但我没有时间思考，立刻带着你逃离。我们的回忆
It
就
is
在此处
memories.
交汇。
We're at an intersection between memories. It's So this is where she grabbed us and ran? Is this where our is this where our memories intersect then? So this is where maybe like one of the places that we actually remember being with each other?
500年来，这个疑问都一直萦绕在我的脑海。没想到在这种机缘巧合之下，能够得到解答。
In our minds, this is the first time we've met since we will be reunited, right? I don't know if I can handle this much more. I really don't.
居然会是500年后的我所做的事促成了这一切， 是在讽刺我吗？伊斯塔路，
So because she came to find us, she wasn't able to save Khaenri'ah. Our sister tried... I am not doing okay. Our sister tried to find us. Led to the destruction of Khaenri'ah? Or like at least her not be able to save Khaenri'ah. And she said, are you mocking me, Issaroth? She succeeded in bringing us together, but unfortunately it is a version of us 500 years apart. So Lumine is still at the time of Khaenri'ah's destruction, and we're 500 years in the future then. And our memories probably intersect because this is when she like grabbed us and ran, right? She hoped that the savior would rescue Khaenri'ah, save the entire world, but instead the news the news she brought led the savior to make the complete opposite decision. Joke's on this game, I actually have tissue this time. That's how much your sister cares about. Instead of saving Khaenri'ah, she decided to try and save us and find us. Is that our fate? Is that our story, Maden? Has Khaenri'ah been revived? Have you done what you set out to do? That's how much these two love each other. We have explored the whole of Teyvat to try and find our sister, and she was doing the exact same thing for us. And we're finally meeting, but it's 500 years apart. And she let... I'm so sorry, my man. She led Khaenri'ah to its own fate. To find us. Has Khaenri'ah been revived?
还没，但已经完成了重要的一步。到此刻
Holy
为止，
freaking shit.
坎瑞亚的地脉已经编织完成了。起初，我知道提瓦特的地脉是被天理所固定的，它无法增加，也无法替换。
I'd always thought Teyvat lines were locked by heavenly principles. No, the more can be added and exist and once can be replaced. Yeah, and this is the Loom of Fate, right? And she wanted to complete this before the heavenly principles could wake up and stop it, right?
可纳塔的夜神之国似乎是个例外，我一直很感兴趣。
Yeah, look at this angle here as well.
于是我带领深渊教团佯攻纳塔，借机进入了夜神之国，与夜神进行沟通和谈判。
And she knew here that it wasn't going to cause, like, obviously she knew it was going to cause some casualties, but like she knew they were going to lose that battle. And she negotiated with the Lord of the Night.
可惜的是，夜神之国也有着其特殊的渊源，依旧无法承载新的地脉，
So she
最多只能为地脉的编织提供空间。
The Lord of the Night did say before that she can only reconstruct Natlan's ley lines. It's probably for the same reason.
于是，我得到了夜神的准许，启动了命运的织机，
And she got permission for this as well. Holy freaking
以
hell,
一朵
guys.
因提瓦特花为基底，创造并展开了一个关于500年前的坎瑞
And
亚的
into
空间，
that.
叠加于现在纳塔的时空之上。
So that's why we can be seen in our space-time.
当然，
If we hold
也是因
hands.
为这种时空叠加的情况，才致使你与蒂兰尔有了见面的机会。
That's what I saw in my dream. She's not lying about that, at least. What I don't understand is why did the Lord of the Night agree to do this?
此后，在所有教中的冥想与回忆下，那个叠加于当前时空之上的坎瑞亚得以不断的丰富，逐渐变得完整和真实。以记忆为原料，以叠加态空间为模板，命运的织机最终完成了它的工作。
So, Khaenri'ah's...
现在我手中的，正是新世界的经纬图。
An atlas of the new world.
由命运的织机所编织，其中交错盘结的，正是新坎瑞亚的地脉。
Holy hell, guys.
曾经名为坎瑞亚的国度，将会借由它而重生。
Khaenri'ah can rise once again. She did it. Well, she's going to do it, but you know what I mean? She got this far.
总有一天，我会找到能够承载它的空间。
Why? I don't understand. Is it really just because of guilt?
500年前，刚刚来到坎瑞亚的时候，我的记忆一片空白。我作为坎瑞亚的公主，在王庭生活了很久，才逐渐开始想起一切，包括关于你的事。
Your memories are erased.
但我依旧不会否定在坎瑞亚最初的时光。我会将坎瑞亚作为我的第二故乡。
So she still sees it as a home as well. This is a lot, guys.
这便是我的愧疚如此沉重的原因。然而，这份愧疚也只是我理由的一部分而已。
I definitely want to hear the other part of the motive for sure as well.
更重要的是，为了得到与天理对等进行对话的资格，我需要一整个世界与之对抗。
Oh my freaking god. She wants to speak to the heavenly principles as equals. As freaking equals. And she's looking right up to the sky.
我知道你总是试图改变命运，我们都一样。但这次我必须阻止你。
Wait, she's not. So we tried to defy fate here again, but she's not gonna let it
无
happen.
论如何，我也绝对不愿
Oh
错过
my
500年前
freaking
与你
god
重逢的机会。
See, I didn't see it as that when I kept it, right? I didn't see it as that at all. This is devastating. Lumine is saying that even with everything that happened, she's not going to let anything change. She's not going to miss up the chance to see us 500 years ago. Holy freaking hell. I don't need a cutscene right now. I'm
不
already...
知道为什么，你说的这些，总给我一种很陌生的感觉。鹰，你所说的这一切，你的计划，对我们而言真的有意义吗？
What does that have to do with us? I
从一开始，一切就只关乎于你我。再见，哥哥。
It's only ever been about us?
在你这段旅途的终点，会有我们新的开始。
What? No freaking way. Oh. He looked back to Direidyth as well. Oh, Aether, oh, Aether. Holy freaking hell. What can we... What can we even say?
我们的英雄回来了
What?
我们都在等你呢。
It's always been about us, is what she said. It's always been about us. And she knows that we can defy fate, but she also I believe she could defy fate as well, but she's trying to keep fate on track here. At least in terms of her trying to get Khaenri'ah to rise up again. Holy freaking hell. And I saw the cutscene happening, and my first thought process was like, you've already hit me way too hard, please don't do this. Please. I feel so weird. I feel so weird.
主力部队还没到战场，深渊教团就已经全线撤退了，想必又是东麦尼的功劳吧？哦，肯定还有那位戴因斯雷布先生。
the whole time Lumine was searching for us, that's what let Khaenri'ah fall. And she said then that she would do it all again. And this time we remember everything she said. We remember everything.
怎么了？看你有些愁眉苦脸的。
I'm like drifting in and out of like tears and fear and confusion and everything, and like seeing Ether's face like this is just like I even have to like look away from the TV there for a second.
具体我也不知道，我只看到旅行者与蒂莱尔拉了一下手，然后就像进入了异世界一样，
So this time it wasn't just what we
从我的面前
saw.
消失了。
We got put into a time space that intersected with the memories with Lumine's memories.
我在附
Thanks
近
to
到处
Issaroth.
找呀找，后来发现，喂，他又在原
Oh,
地
poor
出现
Paimon,
了，
I'm sorry.
一副闷闷不乐的样子。
It's fine. I need some time to take everything in. That's so reasonable. Oh, Citlali. Oh, I needed this so badly. I need Citlali to do something like this so
我
badly.
大概知道一点儿，应该是关于你妹妹的事吧。我刚刚在梦里
Wait,
跟
for
叶神
real?
交流了一下，听说了不少事。
What did you learn?
你见到你妹妹了吗？
We had a long talk. We didn't even say it to
居
Paimon
然
after
都
we
没第一时
left.
间告诉我。好吧，我理解你是因为心情不好了，等有空要跟我好好讲讲。
That's clearly how devastating this was for Ether meeting his sister in this way, is that he didn't even say it to Paimon afterwards.
你妹妹可真是做了不得了的事呢。我知道的时候也很惊讶，
That's the best way to put it. It defies all logic.
不过我更惊讶的是，夜神居然会选择准许。
Yeah. Yes.
后来夜神和我解释了，怎么说呢？理由还挺复杂的。深渊灾害来临的那段时间，马维卡和队长曾经有过一次辩论。
I don't know if I can take this right now. I really don't know if I can take this right
一
now.
方认为应该拼一拼，优先保护人们的文化和记忆；另一方认为应该优先保护地脉不被
Right,
破坏。
okay.
而当夜神见到命运的织机，并得知他创造地脉的能力之后，夜神非常感兴趣。
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm just standing here in stunned silence as well, guys. Like, I'm just like, it's so much to take in.
他认为，你妹妹的做法会是第三种合理的选择。如果能够将整个国家以经纬图的方式保存下来呢？
So this is a way to preserve Natlan as well
保
in his
存
atlas,
国家，我感觉自己已经完全跟不上你们在聊的话题
like a
了。
like a last resort type of thing.
不只是你，我也一样。
于是，夜神在确认过命运的织机并不会给当下的纳塔带来实质性的影响之后，准许了他的启动。只不过，好像夜神还提出了一个附加条件。
I'm so sorry, guys. I'm just like so like emotionally drained. I feel so many different things at once. I'm so sorry.
附加条件，夜神提出了什么要求吗？
不知道，他不告诉我。
What's this additional condition as well? Let me just make sure I'm because I'm like I really do feel like so much is happening. Yeah, so she has it's a condition of her own. Yeah, that's yeah. Sorry, I just made sure because guys, I'm like not even joking. I'm so lost in like a thought process about this.
好啦，战争结束之后适合喝酒，不适合动。
I would like to overthink it for now. If I'm being honest with you, Nazan, I would like to overthink it. I appreciate what you're saying, but I would like to overthink
我
it.
对夜神大人是绝对信任的，他已经主动为我们分担这些麻烦事了，我们又为什么要自寻烦恼？你说是吧，旅行者？
This is how I feel.
走吧，跟我一起回沃路之邦。
Oh.
玛丽莎应该也在，这次一定好好招待你。
Even saying Verace's name makes me feel a lot better. Wait, there's someone I want to go off first? Wait, what? What? I have chills. This is the first time I've ever said this because I love having a lot of Genshin here. You know what I mean? When I saw the cutscene happen earlier, I said the same thing. I don't need it. Obviously, like, it was amazing. It was incredible, right? Obviously. But I hope you guys get what I'm saying when I was like, please don't. What are we doing now? You know? I don't think I can handle it.
先别管他了，易安山。
So sweet.
可能像你这样的性格不是那么好理解，但人有的时候就是需要通过独处来恢复能量的。
And Citlali relating herself to us is why I'm gonna bawl. I'm actually gonna bawl.
旅行者，
Such a beautiful place. Where are we going? Return to the cave. Why? Why do we have to do that? This is like saying a lot that this is the weirdest way I've ever felt playing a quest in Genshin, guys. Because we've gone through a lot, but I am like drifting in and out of like 10 different emotions every single time. There's like tears, there's like confusion, there's fear. My brain gets locked up. Like I am feeling 20 different things at any moment, and it makes me feel like, you know, I don't know, it makes me feel so strange. Like I said, like, and it's not like, I hope it makes sense what I'm saying. Like, I was like, I don't need a cutscene, please don't go on any further. It's not, I understand how beautiful it is. My brain is just so locked up, man. It's like, so like, I wouldn't have even hated it if they like released this a week later, this part, you know, whatever we're doing here. This is the intersection between our memories, right? This place is the intersection between our memories with Lumine, right? Oh. This is literally the intersection. And that's where we found... Before you know, you've fallen asleep, drowning in a myriad of thoughts. Oh my god. You faintly sense what feels like someone clasping your hand. But this time, it sends you to deep sleep, or sweet dreams away. Oh my god. She was the villager we found at the start, by the way. This whole place is the intersection between our memories. The last place we met, like, I guess the last place we probably, like, let's be honest, like, held hands or even, like, touched in terms of this, you know, place. Obviously we met We Will Be Reunited at other times too, but I'm saying, like, this was like before everything happened. This place right here is the intersection of our memories with Lumine. And that's what this forever will be to me. This place. It's also a place that we got to meet a character from Khaenri'ah that was about to go through something incredibly horrible as well. I'm gonna try and like talk about everything too. First of all, this was incredible. Like, to me, it's just like one of those things where like Genshin continues to release some of the best quests in games. And I don't mean to make it about like why aren't people playing this, you know what I mean? But like whenever I see people dismiss this stuff, like I watch like say you know, I watch like a podcast of even people I like, and they'll be like, oh yeah, you know, that's just Genshin, whatever, you know what I mean? And it's like, that's fine, you can like what you like, but I feel like they're also the same people that would go crazy if you disregarded like God of War or Uncharted or something like that. It's just like, oh, that's just not God of War or whatever, you know, and that's just, you know, whatever. Even though I love, like, say, that's just Breath of the Wild. I love Breath of the Wild. You know what I mean? But it's like I had this wave of different emotions throughout this quest, and it culminated with seeing the ending of the quest when the thing comes up, says you completed the quest. Like, this game is able to make me, like, the dam break. Because, like, what was happening to me earlier was, like, I was so confused even about my own, like, emotions. Because I was, like, at one moment I was, like, literally, like, you know, tears. And then, like, I was, like, confusion, fear. Then towards the end, I just couldn't even think properly. And then when I saw the ending of that thing, like, I was just like, it's just pure tears. To the point that, like, I know this is a weird thing to describe. I put my controller down and I wiped my eyes really quickly. And I picked back up the controller, and that's when you notice, oh my god, my hands are, like, wet from tears. I was like, I noticed it just then and there. But this game can make me feel this just from seeing a completion screen. Let's try and go through everything, but let's try and go through it back to, like, the end stuff first, just because, like, it's a lot. The character known as Direidyth met us at the... Oh god, this is going to be kind of confusing to go through for myself here, but bear with me. And you can, like, you know, give some input as well if you guys want. They met us at some point in this time sequence that was made by Istaroth, it seems. Which, by the way, I'm going to give my ideas of Istaroth as well, because I think I might be wrong about Istaroth all along, which is fine. I have no problem being wrong with Istaroth, and that's cool. Like, again, I don't mind being wrong about theories. It just means that I get to, like, be surprised or something like that. But they get, in some weird time sequence, we gave them that thing to give to Lumine to find us. And she successfully did so. Find us. So I'm guessing in this moment here, somehow we handed it to her in our time, and she made it into her time to hand it to Lumine, who then had to make a decision. And the decision that Direidyth thought she was going to make was like, can you, you know, save it for your brother, or save Khaenri'ah? But in the end, she decided to save us. And all the stuff of, like, oh, the betrayal of Lumine, of not saving Khaenri'ah, was literally her saving us. She has made a deal with the Lord of the Night to construct these ley lines using a space, I guess, to create, like, an atlas. It's almost like renting out, like, a small studio, right, to make this, like, atlas. And I wonder then what they were saying is that the idea that, like, the Lord of the Night saw it as kind of like a thing where it's like, well, if Lumine was already planning this, which clearly maybe was planning this, did the Lord of the Night think, like, okay, if all else fails, we can use this to save Natlan, like, create an atlas of Natlan. I'm not going to apologize for sniffling this time, because I know you guys have told me not to. So I won't. And that could be the case. It's like, I want to create, like, an atlas to save Natlan. She then has the means to create and make Khaenri'ah rise back up by using the Loom of Fate, and now she just needs to find the proper space for it, and she believes she will find... The quest is called A Space and Time for You. Oh my god. It's literally trying to find a space and time for us. For her brother. That's literally what it is, to try and find a space and time for us. She also said in her sequence, well, that, you know, Istaroth had planned this, and my estimation all along, my original theory, oh, you can see, oh my god, is that, you can see the people of the spring screen, it's so pretty. I know you cut all along, but, you know, it's so pretty. My estimation was that Istaroth was the one who sent me 500 years into the future. That they used one of those red blocks or something, or whatever they use at the start to stop time and send us into the future. That they were that person. I thought that person was Istaroth at the start of the game. I think I'm wrong now, because I don't think that they would give us information about Istaroth like this and then also have the person be revealed as Istaroth, right? Because Lumine was talking about them as like, oh, you're laughing at me, Istaroth, and I feel like they would have said then and there, Istaroth was the one who sent you into the future, you know? Now it could still be the case that my theory comes, and I understand everyone has their own theories, like, and I stood by that theory for a long time. But like obviously the reason I'm not seeing it from like a lore perspective, from a writing perspective, if that makes sense. I don't think they would do that in the future. You know what I mean? I think Lumine would have said it in there. And she said, it's always been about us. And she said that we can defy fate. So my estimation, she knows that we as characters can defy fate and she can defy fate, but she chose to kind of, I guess, keep fate intact this time around. And she even threw the piece to Direidyth so you can find her again and so she can find us again. She's going to do all this over again and just find a way to rise Khaenri'ah up again so we can, I'm guessing so we can live together maybe again. She says it's always been about us, which to me confirms everything, which is like, we came here to, not confirms everything, but like to me it's the idea that we came here as like an unknown variable. But now we know we're defying fate, right? In a way, Lumine is defying fate too, but she's trying to keep certain aspects of fate intact. We defied fate. We're defying fate constantly. And we are both this unknown variable in Teyvat. Now, it could mean two things. It could be like it's all about us because we are that unknown variables, but it could also be like, I've done all this for us. You know? Everything I've done was for us. And that could be the case as well. And that is the case. That's incredible also at the same time. So she has an atlas in her hand now that can lead to the creation of Khaenri'ah if she just finds a space for it. And how that led to this was basically she launched an attack on Natlan. She launched an attack on Natlan. And that was to make a diversion so that she could successfully do all this stuff and have the meditation happen. And it even like played out perfectly because we were like, oh, we heard, Citlali was like, oh, there's people like we heard a noise in the ley lines. They were saying that the idea of like the meditation that was happening, it's like, oh, it's harmless. It doesn't seem like it seems pretty harmless. But at that time, they were trying to give their memories fragmented. Everyone giving their fragmented memories to the ley line or to the Loom of Fate, and they even brought Dane into this. I feel like this is one of the first times that Dane was truly caught off guard, that he was truly tricked for real, right? Because obviously the field tiller eye and stuff like this was a thing, but I think he planned all that. He like wanted that to happen. In this case, it feels like he was truly deceived this time around. Maybe you could say blinded by like the idea that he just wanted to destroy these people. And I wonder how different things would have gone if we waited for Ian-san to attack Ota Natlan. You know what I mean? Anyway, like what happened there is they tricked him into giving his memories, which are like I guess the most intact memories possible for Khaenri'ah. And now with all those fragmented memories of all the people from the Abyss Order and all the fragmented memories of the people of Dane, it's not fragmented memories, the memories he chose to give, they were able to create an atlas that now has the memories of Khaenri'ah all put together in one thing. I genuinely thought, I was like, and I was tricked too. Like, I have no problem. I know you guys probably might say, like, well, Calvin, like, I knew he was, like, you know, trying to trick him there. I didn't know that's what he was doing. I thought, like, I genuinely thought the Loom of Fate was already finished. I thought it was complete. You know what I mean? Because it's not uncommon for them to drop stuff like that just then and there like that. They've done that before, where they will say the Loom of Fate is complete, right? But as you said, it doesn't make him, I never thought he was, like, a good dude, right? But I thought that in that moment he was like desperately trying to be like, I want to hear about my homeland, you know what I mean? Before death or something like that, you know, before dying 100 times again. They knew they couldn't. So the timeline that we're going through here, we'll just talk about the timeline really quick. They, and actually I'll go to the map here for a second just so I can put the controller down for a second. They, how do I say this? They got the Loom of Fate was completed, right? When the Loom of Fate was completed, they now have the ability to change or weave new ley lines, right? In the situation in Natlan is different because they have a different connection to the ley lines and they can like do like reconstruction and things like this. She made a deal with the Night King, the Lord of the Night, to find a space, like rent out a studio to reconstruct Khaenri'ah, and had her own conditions that we don't know yet or that were implemented on it too. And so she waged a attack on Natlan that she knew was going to fail, but would distract everyone enough that they could all start doing this meditation stuff that would allow them to do this in Natlan, allowing them to reconstruct the the ley lines to the point that she created this one thing called an atlas that at any point, I guess, she could like find a space and create a Khaenri'ah, and Khaenri'ah can rise up again. And we also know that she's been searching for us all this time. We know that Dane now knows about all this stuff too, and knows like the kind of true motive of this too. In terms of the time thing that happened there, somehow we were able to give our spaceship key to Lumine. No, true Direidyth, so she could give it to Lumine. In the past, which led to her abandoning Khaenri'ah to save us, which is beautiful. I don't care what it says; it's absolutely beautiful to me. It's not that people got hurt and died. I'm saying that like to do that for your family is just like a very well written way of doing it. And then in the end, when we tried to defy fate, so this nothing would happen to this poor gal, Lumine threw the item back down the ground because she said, I do not care. In every single timeline, in every single time and space, I want to find you again. Because that moment meant a lot to her, it seems. That intersection between our memories and that space that we are in now meant a lot to her. And that's the space that we are in now as well. We learned as well that like Citlali and Dane were both punished quite a bit for doing good deeds at the time. Obviously Citlali became a very bad person. But his arms were like chopped off, I guess, or something, I guess, as well. And that his master, Hayden, was an absolute bastard, really, you know? And that's, you know, that's pretty freaking horrible what they had to endure with that as well. And is that a volcano coming? I thought it was erupting there for a second. I think that's the timeline of events. If I think about anything new, I will come back and talk about it as well. But it seems like what we're going towards next. Oh, there's also the idea of the theory of the false sky and the real world and all that stuff came up, but only briefly it came up as well. What else came up? Because a lot of stuff did happen in this quest. I'm not. If I remember some other stuff, we'll talk about it as well. But like that's the timeline as I see it. My review of this quest is that this was stunning. This was one of the most stunning and beautiful quests that I've ever gotten to like see. I think that this was like such a heavily emotional quest that, as I said, I was even at one point I was like, man, I'm not sure if I even want a cutscene because like I'm not ready for it. The same thing with what was going to happen here. I'm like, I don't think I'm ready for it. I was in stunned silence sometimes. Some of the reveals were absolutely incredible. The new character they introduced here, even though it's only for a brief time, I wish that she could be here for long because she was a very sweet character. But meeting a Khaenri'ah character before the Cataclysm was so incredible. Learning all this stuff then briefly about Istaroth. All the stuff had really great lore. Aside from I guess the time sequence, which again, I don't want to think about too hard of how the time sequence works because I don't want to be in pain. But what I will say is that it's very cool. I love time paradoxes and stuff like this. And I also love the fact that there was 3 keys at one point, right, to the hibernation chambers. And when she found us, we were still in hibernation. They said something like the abyss was separated from her as well. There was something like that too. There's so much stuff that happened in this quest, but I thought it was really, really good. And honestly, it's one of those things where I think in terms of emotional impact, this is a life change again, as every time it is. This is a Genshin changing quest. Everything is going to change forever now. Everything has changed forever. Nothing will stay the same. And the next time we meet Dane and the next time we meet Lumine, it's going to be... Oh, how could I even forget? She said she wanted to stand as equals. Stand as equals against the Heavenly Principles. We know that she wants to... The Abyss Order has a war against the Heavenly Principles. She wants to stand as equals against the Heavenly Principles. And Dane obviously hates the Heavenly Principles too, and hates the gods and hates the Archons and stuff like this and things like this too. He even said I'm not gonna be polite with people from the Seven. You know, it's not happening. So her plan is to have a whole army and I guess world behind her, and I guess Khaenri'ah behind her when she meets the Heavenly Principles. And that's probably what Clothar was it Clothar who said it, the idea of using the power of the Abyss against the Heavenly Principles. She probably wants to use the power of the Abyss Order and Khaenri'ah all together against them, against the Heavenly Principles. Before I go as well, I love playing in Chinese. It's my official language beyond English, I think, as well. But we're going to be playing obviously next region in English. The summer event might be different. What I will say as well is that I like to keep these videos as a time capsule. And there's nothing wrong with asking questions. I've said this a million times over, and people know I've been, I always will be polite about questions about this as well. I'm not going to say what it is or all this stuff, you know what I mean? but I will always keep outside stuff out of this game, right? I want people to come back to these videos in 2 years' time, personally, and feel like I can watch them and I feel like I'm in that moment. So this is probably one of the only times I'll say it. Again, I'm not being rude to anyone. No one's ever been rude about it, and everyone's been very polite about it. You will not hear me talking about anything that's happening outside of Genshin in the game, right? I want these videos to be a time capsule for everyone. I want people to be able to go back and watch episode 20 and feel the exact same way when they're watching episode 50. You know what I mean? I want them to feel like they're in that moment. They're in that game. I saw someone describe my playthrough as, and this is one of the best compliments I've ever received. And that is, someone described my playthrough as, when I watch, I'm gonna cry. When I watch Romer's videos, there's nothing wrong with live service games, I want to make that clear. But when I watch Romer's videos, you sometimes forget it's a live service game. And I was like, that is one of the nicest and most beautiful quotes I've ever heard. Incredible. You know what I mean? It's such a beautiful quote. I thank you so much for that beautiful quote. Thank you so much to everyone who watched these videos, and thanks so much for supporting this series as always. Oh, volcano? Volcano? Oh, God. What was that? I think this is probably the appropriate place to end this video. Thank you so much to my patrons and my YouTube members at the highest tier to make all this possible. Thank you so much to the Never Can Repay the Baby Gangsta tier on Patreon. That's the highest tier on Patreon. Thank you so much to Tyfire2, Jamie Bull, Jana the Banana, the Ghost of Inazuma, Felicious Felix, Ewald, Radish Industa, Death Trap, Links Marky, Assassin, Tribute Butter, Peter Shelson, Heck, Leon, Hike Asparian, Jared Beanham, at the highest tier of my YouTube, Royal Gamer 7, and Blasco. And guys, I will see you all so soon. I'm not sure what's next. I'm not sure what we're going to be doing next. I think we're going to be doing the event where we talk to people on the map. You'll see that very soon. And then also we're going to be... Yeah, we're going to be doing that. And we have some other stuff planned as well for this patch also at the same time, I believe. But we'll see how everything goes. Hopefully, like, I probably will do the Skirt Quest next week as well. So we'll see all that as well.